There we go. Buddy, how'd you get so much in there? Oh, that one's really in there. There we go. How you doing? Yeah. Let's see that. What's going on, people? Can we hear me? Can we see me? Am I good? Am I clear? Good, buddy? Good boy. Hey, Fish Army, first, as always. You've really turned around your reputation down there. I like that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing? The king, he says. Oh, some would say. What's going on, Oscar? How we doing? Strongest, fastest, the best. I'm going off of Kanye's song, right? Stronger, faster. There we go. What's going on, Casanova? Welcome, welcome. How you guys been? There we go. Look so handsome, buddy. That's good. You guys doing good? You guys having a nice day? I figured it was a while I've been here, so give him a pop in real quick. You guys already know what I'm here for, though. So, let's get to it. What's going on? I'm doing good, man. How are you? I'm like your strongest soldier. If we got beef with some TikTok community, fair enough. Let's go. I mean, know me. I'm probably in like 12 different beefs. I don't know. I'm always having some creator make some video about me. That's just part of my existence at this point. What's going on? I wish I could read your name, but I don't read that language. I can take down 10 people. Okay, Jackie Chan. I appreciate that. I'm gonna need those skills. Take down 10 people. Can you keep them down? That's the real question. Being able to take down 10 people is cool. When I say take down, by the way, I mean like traditional wrestling takedowns, like a double leg or a single leg or a trip. Trips work too, or a throw. If you're more of a judo person, that works as well. Now I gotta play peekaboo with your own ears, buddy. All right, you guys know what I'm here for. You guys know what it is. So let's get this. Any questions you have, let me know. I can only be here for about an hour. So let's make do with the time we do have. Give me a second, my master will return. All right, Mafta, how you doing, by the way? You're in a pickle, Lauren? Let's go. Let's hear about it. Let's see if I can help. Yeah, it just started. We just started, so, nothing to worry about. Buddy, no, you gotta, hold on. There we go. You can't move it too quickly. You can't fall over that, buddy. Long story, seen a girl for 3 weeks. Your dad wants to meet her. We're going out to eat, but she kind of pressuring for a relationship. Why does of course she is. Your dad wants to meet her. Why does your dad want to meet her? That means you're talking to your dad about her. This is a girl you've only been seeing for 3 weeks. That's too soon. Way too soon. What are you doing? Way too soon. Meeting your parents should be a privilege reserved for the women that actually go through a certain series of tests. I get that parents want to get involved, but it's also your job to make sure that the parents don't, overstep their boundaries too quickly. Buddy, you stay there. You should really begin to see yourself and the different layers of you as different gates that need to be opened over time. Seeing your parents is a big deal. It should be a big deal. It should be treated like a big deal. And it shouldn't be something that should happen in 3 fucking weeks. Hell, it shouldn't happen in a year, really. If you are really doing things correctly. You know, I've dated girls for years that never got to see my parents. Real talk. So that's interesting. That's weird. And of course she's pressuring you for a relationship because you're out here telling her that you're telling your dad about her. So of course she's gonna assume things. Duh. So go correct that. Reset the expectations. If you only pull bad types of women, are you blaming them or yourself? Yourself. The only person that attracts the women is you. So if the only women you seem to ever attract is bad women, then it's your fault. But here's the thing though. The more experience you gain with women, you very quickly realize it's not that there's bad women and good women. All women have the same capacity for both good and evil. Right? So it's the real question is, what about you is making all those women treat you bad? Right? Because all those women that you're calling bad, if I were the one if they were in my custody, they were under my protection, they would be the sweetest girls ever. And I'm not saying that to brag, by the way. I'm saying that from experience. I can tell you so many stories from my life personally where it's like some other guy dates a girl and she's a fucking bitch, she's a cunt, she's terrible, she's this, she's that, she's evil. She's with me, she's the sweetest girl ever. It's kind of funny. My girl was actually very recently talking about one of her exes that we might have ran into in the city I'm in recently, and you could tell by the way the guy looked at her when we were walking by him, he has bad memories of her, like terrible, like he's hurt. That man got done dirty by her. But to me, she's been my fucking one of the best girlfriends ever for years now. So it's never about the women. It's about you. Well, what is it about you that's making these women think they can get away with treating you like shit? I missed that one comment. Can you repin that for me? Thank you. Let's see. How would you say is being evil and being a protector correlated? They're correlated in the sense that evil is a characteristic of a protector. In order to be a good protector, you must be dangerous. You must be a threat. And in order to be that, you must be able to tap into a certain degree of evil within you. Right? In order to do what you need to do for instance, just to give you like a really extreme example, if you needed to protect your family against assailants that were wishing them harm, that were threatening to do physical damage to them, you would have to be able to do physical damage to them, ideally first, before they had the chance to retaliate, right? But yeah, that's evil. To do that is evil, and that's the point. Is to use evil to do good, right? That's kind of how you should see it. So should I just tell my dad to wait, or just tell her that it's not that big of a deal? Tell your dad to wait. Tell her that she's not ready. Tell both of them to chill the fuck out. That's the point. Like, tell your dad, what are you doing? This is a girl I've been seeing for 3 weeks. First of all, your dad, like, he's a grown man. He should... I keep forgetting a lot of your dads don't have game. That would never fly on my dad. Yeah, if your dad is clueless about women, he'll probably tell you, I want to meet your new girlfriend. Don't let your dad act that on cool in front of the women you meet. Tell your dad, listen, let me vet this girl properly. Let me make sure she's right for me. Give me a few months, maybe a year, then you'll meet her. And then go tell her the same thing, like, I need to make sure that you're actually someone that's consequential to me. I'm not just going to be the guy that keeps bringing new girls in front of my parents every time. I like you so far. I enjoy spending time with you, but I still don't know you like that. So let's pump the brakes on that. That's what you should be doing. Separation on both of them. It's too soon to meet. I know, right? Exactly. Way too soon. 3 weeks? Like, even I would have said the same thing for 6 months. I don't care if it's 6 months. It's way too soon. Like I said, I've dated many girls that have never met my parents. So, nah. Did we get the word out there on October 1st. It got out to the people I wanted to get out to. So yeah, mission successful. What's going on, Profilo? How you doing? Why cut my hair? Sacrifices must be made. It was time. 3 weeks, crazy none of my girls ever seen my parents. Exactly. That's how it should be, honestly, for a while too. Let's see. Why my hair? Yeah, sacrifices must be made. I do a lot of stuff that confuses people, and I frankly don't have the time to get into why I do everything I do. But the hair had to go. It was time. It was time. Bro, after I bought my girl a small gift, the compliance went through the roof. What's the science behind it? It's not the gift itself. It's the context behind the gift. It's what the gift meant to her. You know, I don't know what the context is, but clearly the way she received it, in her mind, that meant something good. Like maybe she was gaining more favor in your eyes. Maybe she felt like you were taking her more seriously. That's usually the case. If a girl becomes even more compliant after you give her a gift, that means you did a very good job of distributing your validation up to that point. So when you gave her that piece of validation, which is what a gift is, she felt more energized about the relationship. Compliance goes through the roof. All right, so that's pretty much it. How much to do a video call with me? Just join my private group. You'll get all the information in there, you know. I told her I never gave her, I never gave a gift, which is true. Oh, okay, so you gave her a gift and told her you've never given anyone a gift before. Hey, there you go. You made her feel special. I keep telling you guys, the only way to make one woman feel special is to make sure other women exist. You know, you can't make a girl feel special if other options aren't there for you to reject. Right? So it's a very interesting science there, but it's very true. Let's see. What's going on, Zay? How you doing, man? God bless you, bro. Do you still practice game on the streets? I don't even think of it like practice. It's just part of my life. I don't think there's a day I don't talk to a woman that I don't know, or a complete stranger. It's part of your life. When you get to a certain level, it's not like a routine. You know, you go to the gym so long, you no longer see going to the gym as this thing you have to do, like train every day. Like it's just another part of your life. You would do it whether you feel like it or not. You would do it whether you were urged to or not, whether you had the motivation to or not. You know what I mean? So that's how you kind of navigate it. It's part of me now. Jace, are you okay? You seem stressed. Nah, not stressed, just tired as fuck. Very tired. I've had a very busy last 2 weeks especially. Very, very busy. But yeah, thanks for the concern. I'm okay though. And if I'm more than okay, I would show more energy, but I have none to show. Let's see. My brother from another mother. What's going on, Dimitri? How you doing, brother? Feels weird seeing me without dreads. Honestly, I don't even I feel like I don't even look that different. I don't even feel that different. I thought I would miss having the hair, you know, on my neck and everything. No, not even. If anything, I feel low-key a little lighter. And you know, it's not getting in the way of jiu-jitsu anymore, and my grappling and my wrestling. So you know, that's also a bonus. How to annihilate people like Conor McGregor, who have people by his side, Mayweather versus McGregor. What are we talking about right now? Why would you want to annihilate people like Conor McGregor? First of all, don't be stupid. Pick your enemies wisely. If you have a more powerful enemy, don't fight them directly. That's stupid. They're going to lose, right? So apply some tact. Apply some intelligence here. You don't have to fight every fucking battle. Learn how to pick your opponents to begin with. Don't fight Conor McGregor. How do I stop being an unconfident provider type? Well, first understand why you're one to begin with. You're one because essentially you're too scared to do the hard work to become a protector. That's really what it is. The hard work to become a protector is the social anxiety you have to go through, the pain you have to go through, psychological, emotional, physical, etc. You have to do hard shit. You have to do hard shit that other people refuse to do. That's what makes you truly a one of one, a protector type, right? I saw a comment in one of my videos recently, and I think I'm going to reply to that one in the video, with a video. And the comment was, what do you think about male feminists or men who claim to be feminists? And it's like, they're weasels. But you want to know why they're weasels? They're weasels because it's easier to be a male feminist than to be a me. You know what I mean? Like, it's way easier to just be the guy that agrees with everything women say and to act like their agenda is your agenda as well, as opposed to be the fucking asshole that will come out and be like, oh yeah, all those women issues, don't give a shit. Don't care. I care about my self-interest because that's normal. That's life. That's how human beings should work. That's how human beings do work. And I make no excuses or, feel the need to lie about what my self-interests are. I want what I want, and it's gonna look very different than what women want. Therefore, I cannot be a male feminist. Does that mean I don't like women? No. Does that mean I don't love women? No. I have a lot of women in my life. It'd be kind of weird if I don't. But it doesn't mean that all of a sudden I'm going to absorb their agenda as mine. It's not gonna happen like that. That's just what honesty sounds like, Bro, it's painful for me hopping on calls in front of specialists, learning skills. Right, I get that. It's like doing all the hard stuff that no one else wants to do. That's difficult, but that's what needs to be done. Right, that is what needs to be done. And also, I did what you told me to do. I told her I talked to other girls. Good. How'd that go? I bet she didn't take that too well, but that's the point, right? It's to, again, be honest. Tell her what you want and have her figure it out. It's either you can stay with me and I talk to other girls, or you can leave. Again, don't force anyone to do something. Don't, make a point of trying to get her on your side or anything. Just tell her what you want. Men need to understand, like, all relationships are fundamentally transactional, and she's with you for a reason. There's no woman will ever be with you just because, right? Oh, just because, no, that's not real. The way our human psychology is set up, there always has to be a driving force, a motivation, an incentive. That's where value comes in. Value is the incentive, right? So if she knows she wants to partake in the value that you represent to her, it's only fair that you let her know what kind of value that you want to partake from her or of her, right? That's the point. I choked. Oh, sorry. I just clocked. Not choked. I don't know how I read that. Told you guys I'm tired. I just clocked. I called you master. I take that back. What's wrong with calling me master? I am a master of the arts, if you really think about it. What was the correct answer Duke should have given? Not how to correct it. The Duke Dennis thing. So Duke Dennis's problem was he let the world know that he likes female validation. It's a big mistake. Terrible mistake. Once you tell the world that you are affected by how women treat you, you're fucked. You're fucked. No matter how much female validation you get, no matter how much the positive reinforcement they give you, you should always behave as if it means nothing to you. And frankly, the more of it you get, the less it'll mean to you over time anyway. So you will get desensitized to it. And I'm kind of shocked it hasn't gotten to the point where he's desensitized yet. Right? But I digress. That was his mistake. The way for him to correct it is to, I think he already did. I saw a video where he was like, listen, I don't really care if these women stop following me or they stop liking me. Perfect. That's the move. Do that. Reset it. Let them know that they mean nothing. Because that's the unfortunate truth to how this thing works. When you treat a woman like a queen, she treats you like a peasant. Right? When it's the other way around, it works. When a woman treats a man like a king, he treats her like a queen. But when a man treats a woman like a queen, she treats him like a peasant. The moment you start giving her validation, your validation means nothing. Well, that is if you don't make her work for it first, right? And that is what Duke did when he just told these women, oh, I like the compliments. Terrible. Got to make them work for it. What do you think is going to happen when the Diddy videos get leaked? It's going to be pandemonium. It's going to be crazy. A lot of people are going to be disappointed. I won't be. I'll be laughing the whole time. It'll be very funny to me. Honestly, maybe it's just the Nigerian in me speaking. The go-getting opportunist that I am. I'm still looking for a way to make money off that, like real money, not like this TikTok money. How can I? I don't know. I probably sound like a Bond villain right now. How can I monetize Diddy and Co's downfall? Except from just like TikTok, right? Because this is cool and all, but I feel like there's a lot of money I'm leaving on the table. How is that? Does anyone have any good ideas? I'm very curious. Because there's someone out there making a lot of money from this, right? It wouldn't be happening if there wasn't. And I'd like to plug myself in there. I like this TikTok money. TikTok money is good. I'm not gonna lie. Compared to my back end stuff, it's not my bread and butter or anything, but it's pretty good. It's pretty decent, you know. Hey buddy, what's going on? Correct answer. What do you think is? I already read that one. 5'7", 172 pounds. I'm guessing. 26 years old. Loose love handles. How many calories should I eat? None. You should eat no calories for the next 7 days. That's the answer. I keep telling you guys, stop asking me for gym advice. I'm the worst person to ask gym advice because I'm an extremist. Whenever I notice my love handles hanging out, I go on a fast. I eat nothing. I only drink water. You know, I just kill my body, literally. Because the math is simple. Calories in, calories out. Oh, what's this? The more I eat, the bigger I get. Cool. Just don't eat shit then. The smaller I'll get. And I'll get smaller quicker. Simple as that. I have a lot. Evil laugh. Oh, a lot of ways. Let me know. I'd like to know. You guys say hi to Zora, by the way. Zora, say hi. Say hi, buddy. No, buddy. You can't eat the stand, buddy. Yeah. Put you in the frame because you're cute. You're adorable. You're cute. You're adorable. Let's see. Correct answer. Yeah. Just stop eating. Stop being a fat ass. Stop eating for the next 7 days. He should track calories, stay at maintenance, high protein, and lift heavy. I mean, sure, if you want to be boring. But if you want to lose the weight quickly, you can do it in days, man. Now, don't ever let anyone tell you can't lose 40 pounds in a month. You can. You're just a pussy that has to eat every day. That's why you can't lose 40 pounds in a month. Not that you have to lose 40 pounds. I'm being facetious a little bit, but you get the point. If you really want to get sexy by tomorrow, you can. Maybe not by tomorrow, you get the point. Jace, can you teach me how to be at your level? Do you think you're on the next level game? Go and join my private community. That's what the fuck I made that whole thing for. It's literally designed from the ground up to take you from one step to the other in a matter of months. You know what I mean? This girl blocked me after I told her I had female friends. Should I pursue or just move on? I mean, she told you by her actions right there she can't compete. That's just... a lot of you have to start being able to pick and identify the traits of a woman with low self-esteem. The reason a woman wouldn't want to talk to you anymore because you have female friends is because in her mind that represents competition, right? Do you think I would ever get scared if a girl goes, I have a male best friend? So, in my mind, that guy is useless. He's easy to beat because if he was that much of a threat, then I wouldn't be here. Right, he'd be the guy, and I would have no chance. He'd be the one occupying her mind. So how'd I get here? Exactly. But women don't think like that. Well, not all women think like that. There's a small group of women that do, and they're the best women you'll ever date. Right, really beautiful, high self-esteem. But these ones that you're running around with, that run away at every sign of competition, yeah, you don't want to create anything with them. They're a waste of your time. Time to experiment, get a new style, Jace. What kind of... Oh, like hairstyle? Sure. Might do cornrows. Who knows? Sacrifice, Jace. Hope you're not a native doctor, right? I don't know, where's my hair at? Oh, there it is. Give me a second. Nah, I'm not a native doctor. Let's see. Oh, I told her I never... Oh, wait, I read that one. Is beauty subjective, as in some women prefer pretty faces and some masculine? I really don't agree with that. Like, once you understand enough about evolutionary psychology, it becomes very clear. Beauty has a fucking, like, look. Not to say that there's not a variety of looks beauty has, but for the most part, the features that make someone beautiful are very universal. You know what I mean? And when I say features, I'm not just talking about like physical features. I'm talking about a harmony that comes with the way someone looks, right? And it's a thing. You can have people that don't even have actual good symmetry be deemed as like universally beautiful. You know what I mean? So it definitely has like it's almost like an energetic thing to it as well. It's like a signature, you know? What's good, Jace? Feels like months since your last live. Has it been days, weeks? Has it been up to a week? Maybe up to a week. How do you deal with loss? You mourn the loss and then you move on. But you have to give yourself time to mourn it, though. I feel like a lot of people just start doing the whole let's get over the loss thing, and that's just not going to work out. That's just not a good idea. You have to give yourself time to actually mourn the loss. Celebrate what it was to you, whatever that thing or person you lost was, how much they meant to you. Relive all the good times in your head. Really mourn the loss of that thing or that person, and then you can begin to move on. Crispy Cut, bro, you had a long journey. Indeed. Warm game advice. Give me context. Context is more important than the advice itself. Phil's words. Oh, yeah, that one. It was October 1st, Nigeria's Independence Day. Do you think, and apparently National Hair Day, no one gave me the memo. Do you think Jordan Peterson is a failure for not being able to guide his daughter? I don't know much about his relationship with his daughter or anything, but any man that can't be a massive influence to his daughter is a failure. I really do believe that. Your daughter has to see you as not necessarily like the perfect man or God or anything like that, but your daughter definitely has to see you as someone that she can depend on, she can look up to, she can go to for advice and really follow the lead of. Like up until she runs into the man that she, wants to dedicate her life to, you should be that man as the father. That's how it should be, Why'd you cut your dress? Just came in. That's funny. Just came in is wild. Nope, I don't think you look different at all. BJJ is going to feel 10 times better. Right? I didn't realize how much I was... What's the word I would use there? There was a lot of holding back I was doing when I had a lot of hair. It turns out. I didn't even notice it in myself. Now that I'm low, holy shit. It's almost like I went up a whole belt. It's crazy. Because I'm doing stuff that I would have never been allowed to do because of my hair. It's crazy. Let's see. How to attack and destroy people who are strong and have an army. Do likes help, Jace? Oh, yeah, likes help. Get your own army. That's how you destroy people who have armies. You have to have your own. It doesn't have to be the same size, but you have to have, two heads are better than one. That's a saying from where I'm from, right? And yes, it's from where I'm from. I don't care if you heard it too. But yeah, you need your own army. I'm thinking about cutting my hair as well because of MMA. Dude, I think that's the way, man. I might just go bald eventually. I get it now. I understand why fighters cut their hair all the time before fights. I get it now. It's a different kind of freeing. It really is. How do you heal a woman's trauma that I caused myself over years of imprinting? Trauma that you caused? That would be considered part of imprinting, but I wouldn't call that good imprinting. Long hair is a liability in fights. It really is. Except for Samson. If you're a Samson in the Bible, it was a fucking asset. But the trauma you did, you can undo because you're the one that did it, right? If anything, it's the quickest way to get rid of trauma is to have the trigger of that trauma reverse it. So you're already in the best position to do it. Now, what you'll have to do practically, I don't know because I don't know what the trauma is. I don't know what you did. I don't have any context for this, so I don't want to be out here giving you misdirected advice. But just know you're in a good position to do what you want to do. Feminist guys okay, I don't even know how TikTok let you say that, but I feel the same way too, honestly. Feminist guys are weasels. I call them weasels because they really are the definition of hide and sneak, because they don't have the balls to be, direct about how they want to go about doing it. Like, there's men like me who will at some point talking to a girl put his balls on the table, and then there's weasels in the world that try to sneak past her defenses, right? I break them down. That's what I do, right? I break them down. That's what I teach you guys to do. Break them down, make her trust you, make her feel safe around you. And then there's men that can't inspire that kind of confidence in women, and what they do is, I'm going to pretend to be a girl myself. I'm going to show her feminine traits myself so that she doesn't see me as a threat anymore. And then I can maybe from there catch her in a vulnerable position and, get my way. It's fucking pathetic. I hate those guys. They're goofy to me. Let's see. Bro, it's painful. Oh, yeah, I read that one. Hopping on calls in front of specialists, learning skills, lifting. Yeah, it's all difficult, man. It's all difficult. But that's what separates us from the rest of the men in society. Should you lie to get some puss or always stick to honesty and principles? I say always be honest, because pussy should never be important enough to you to lie, if that makes sense. Like, if I probably shouldn't keep saying pussy. If twat, I'm gonna say twat, that's a funny word. Facts, bro, just take the rejection or L. Exactly. But like, if twat is so important to you, to the point where you're willing to change your identity, the way you look to other people to get it, you're more pathetic than a slave to money. Like, first of all, anything that can control you, and by definition of control, that means change your behavior, get you to change your behavior for it, is your God. So if you lie to get pussy, her between her legs is your God. Really think about that. You will adjust your personality, you will adjust your schedule, you will adjust your routine, you will change everything about yourself to accommodate that thing between her legs. Really think about that. That's messed up. And not to mention, it's just about, especially for those of you that want long-term relationships, just about the worst way to go about getting that, because you can't keep the lie up forever, right? I always tell people, I don't approach every girl with the mindset of, I'm going to keep this one forever, but in practice, that's what I do anyway. I approach every girl like, we're going to end up becoming fucking, life partners or whatever the fuck, because I want her to know what the fuck I'm about from the jump. I never want to have to make adjustments later. Like, even the tiniest lie that I might have to answer for 20 years later, I don't want to tell. I refuse to. Like, and I bet, a lot of guys out there are fucking pathetic. Like, well, at least get the 20 years of peace. Shut the fuck up, you weakling. Say it now. Be honest now. That's how you get to this level. That's how do you get multiple girlfriends, Jason? It's very simple. You get one girlfriend, right? And you tell her there's gonna be other bitches, and then go get another girlfriend. And then just keep going from there. It sounds simple, but that's literally it. I mean, it won't happen one at a time. Like, the more girls you get, the easier it is to get more. It's exponential, right? Getting girls is like getting money. You never just get one at a time. It keeps increasing exponentially over time. But point I'm trying to make, and the major point you get up from that is, like, be honest from the jump, man. Tell her that you're living life the way you are living it right now. Be honest. Be honest. It's very important. Very, very important. Okay? I started fasting, by the way, 21 to 3 right now. I don't know what 21-3 means. But congratulations. I'm happy you started. The honesty, there's more on the way. Literally, like the group of girls I got right now. I had my first one in my current group of girls. And I told her, yeah, I'm not a one-woman type of guy. So, but you're the only woman in my life right now. But I am not a one-woman type of guy. There's other girls I'm dating here and there, but you're the only one right now I'm taking seriously. But I am not a one-woman type of guy. And she had to make a decision. It took her a while. Like, I don't know, I love you, I like you, but I like spending time with you. You're unique, you're different, but this thing I can't get over it. Hey, do what you gotta do, man. I already told you what's gonna be. I'm going, like, listen, when I'm done with you here today, I go back to my crib, take a shower, freshen up. I'm on another date with another girl that I might take seriously later. Figure it out. You know, that's the rules. 21-hour fast, 3-hour eating per day. Oh, okay. Smart. If you want to go like that, you know. Well done. Don't binge during that 3 hours, though. Don't make that mistake. You just end up adding all the way back. But, yeah, be honest, man. It's so, like, bruh, it's so much easier long-term to live that life of honesty. You'll go through that moment of awkwardness and anxiety, but it'll last for a moment. Then you get to live a long life of just nothing but pure honesty and knowing, like, you can deal with whatever comes next because you already lived life as honestly as you say you do. Does that make sense? It's so pathetic how I see a lot of men, especially like married men. I don't respect a lot of married men, unfortunately, because most men that are married are truly some of the most pathetic human beings on this planet. Like, just out here living a lie, bro. Tell your wife you want side pussy. Stop lying. You know you do. Just tell her. Oh, but she'll divorce me. She'll take the kids. And that's why you're a pussy. Because you're more scared of the consequences of what your wife might do than just living your life honestly. And here's the irony to it. If you're honest, then you lose nothing. The threat of losing everything will be there, but then you actually end up not losing shit. That's how it works in real life. In real life, women respect men who are honest. They might not like it all the time, right? They might not agree with it all the time, right? Lord knows women hate male honesty. But they respect it. They know they can't fuck with you. They know they can't control you. Women are turned on by men they can't manipulate. All right? But, you know, you probably won't listen to me anyway because you might take the kids. Pussy. Anyway. Do you talk to other girls and why me? Every girl is different. Hey, that's your reason. That's your reason. That's not even why I say what I say. I say I need an army. You know, I see women as God's greatest test to men. Why would I stop at one test? I want to be complete and all well-rounded in all areas. Test me in different areas. Different girls will do that. You know. How do I join the community? Where you talk about how women hate each other. Link in bio. Join my community. My significant other, I'm guessing that's what SO means, has a lot of trauma and I'm working through it with her. And though there's progress, it's hard. I need you to clarify that. When you say you're working through the trauma with her, what does that mean? I'm very curious. Because there's a very thin line between working through the trauma and becoming her emotional tampon. There's a very thin line. And I'm going to need you to tell me what you're doing. A girl I was seeing said she would want her man to get another girl for them. She hinted he just... like her man? Oh, I see. But then he's not, right? Exactly. A lot of women already on board with that, by the way. By the way, and this is why I keep telling you guys, date beautiful women with high self-esteem. Beautiful women are such a massive advantage in the dating world for many reasons. But I think one of the best ones is that they understand how abundance works. So they're not surprised by abundance or the things that come with it. Like the beautiful women with high self-esteem, they already understand, oh yeah, he's going to have other girls. That makes sense. I love when I run into a girl that just already understands, oh, a guy like you, of course you have other girls in your life. Duh. You know how refreshing that is? That I don't got to go through that, you know, process of, oh, now I got to explain to this bitch how it works with guys like me. Like, just like, oh yeah, of course you have other girls. Duh. I had a girl tell me like, duh, you have other girls. I'm like, great. Awesome. Perfect. Man wasn't taking the hit. Poor guy. When your girl is giving you the hint that she wants other girls in a relationship with you, you take the goddamn hint. But a lot of men are so scared of women. They won't even, you know, allow themselves to see hints like that, right? Jace, I met up with a girl. I met in the library today and grabbed lunch, but she is not responding to what? I don't know what the rest of that was. Let me know. You think I can go from provider to protector in a month if I push through all the shit that scares me? Oh, yes, you can. But if you want to go through that in a month, you're asking for a lot of trauma in a very short period of time. Right? You can definitely become more of a challenge in the world. But are you ready for that? Responding to any of my advances? When you say advances, are you talking about in person or over text? Like, what's going on there? Let me know, Mexicans. But back to you. You can make any change you want to in the world. What you have to think, like, there's only two kinds of change, right? I use the same analogy that Patrice O'Neill used to use, the cold medicine analogy. This is how it works. Whenever you get a cold, there's only two kinds of medicine you can get. You can get the kiddies, cherry flavored type of thing, like Kid NyQuil or whatever. It tastes good. It tastes like bubblegum cherry flavored, but it'll take about 2 weeks for it to clear up slowly. Or you can take a straight shot to your ass, an injection, and it'll hurt like a bitch, and the injection site might swell up, but it'll be cured in like 2 days. That's life. That's literally life, and it goes with everything, not just pain or learning a new skill or anything like that. It's, do you want all the pain right now and it'll be hell for that short period of time? Or do you want to spread that same amount of pain over a longer period of time? Me personally, I'm extreme. I'm not saying you should be like me. I'm just saying I'm extreme. I care more about my time than the amount of pain I'll go through to achieve whatever results I want to achieve. Does that make sense? So I prefer to just go through the pain right now. Can you go from solid provider type to protector in 1 month? Yes, you can. But you're about to be a different level of hurt. Like emotionally stressed, psychologically traumatized, physically in pain all the time. Right? Like you're pretty much asking to do the hardest thing you've ever done. So on a physical level, what would that look like? That would look like, I don't know, the pain of going through an MMA fight, getting beaten bad, losing that fight, and then having your girlfriend break up with you right afterwards and fucking the other fighter in front of you. That's what I would assume that pain feels like. In a month, that's that kind of pain. Are you ready to go through that pain every day for the next 30 days? Figure it out. It's on you. Let me know. Figure it out. But if you can, congratulations, you'll be there in 30 days. Most people would take longer than that and spread the pain out. You gotta think about it like a slot, like a certain, like a liter of a gallon of water in a jug, and you got all these tiny little cups that represent each day. You can pour it in the big cup that represents 1 day. You can pour it in these tiny little cups that represent 30 days, right? So figure it out. The advances were just over text, but me just getting to know. Oh, put that back up there for me. I hit X by accident. My bad. What do you think about Mark Manson's book called Models Attract Women Through Honesty? Never read that before. Never read that. Models Attract Women Through Honesty? I already like the book. I'm probably going to read that. Hold on, what'd you call it? Mark Manson? I'm going to check that out. Sounds good. Sounds like something I would write, honestly. But yeah, anyone that gets high quality women, we all sound the same for a reason. You know, only idiots that have no clue how women work would tell you to lie to women. And don't forget, this game is a weird game because it doesn't you don't just work on it, it works on you. Right? So everything you learn in the game, whatever positive reinforcement you get in the game, reinforces either good or bad behavior into your future. If you get rewarded for bad behavior now, it'll fuck you over later. That's why you have all these guys that are like addicted to paying for pussy. They can't stop themselves. It's too late for them. They've done it for so long. You know what I mean? I keep missing your comment, Mexicans. My bad. Put that back up for me. Hey, what's going on, Kay? How you doing? Welcome. How do you deal with friends who aren't maturing with you and feel like they won't let you grow? You get what? What kind of goofy question is that? You kick them in the chest and you say, "This is Sparta." I'm sorry, buddy. I scared my doggy a little bit. But that's what you do. You kick him right in the sternum, like a nice teep to the sternum, like this, right? Ask your kickboxing coach how to do a nice teep to the sternum. It's very important. But yeah, you don't hang around people like that. They are anchor weights to your ankles. They will drag you down and they will drown you. Gotta get rid of them. Cut them loose. They are in the wrong hypnotic rhythm. Exactly. They're not vibrating at the same frequency as you. Get rid of them. Get rid of them immediately. Get rid of them. Right? And I'm being serious, by the way. I know I'm joking a little bit while I talk about it, but seriously, that will kill you faster than most things. Like, I'd rather you be a procrastinator than have friends like that around you. You can cure procrastination like that. Ugh. Get rid of that. That's a disease. It's contagious. Ugh. The Nigerian accents on the Friends question came out. It did, my bad. Let's see. Also, have you ever considered creating a public forum or Discord? I have, considered it. I realized, nah, I'm not much of a Discord person. Finally finished Alabaster Girl and I'm inspired. It was beautiful. Right? Shout out to Zamperion. That's one of the most beautifully written books of all time. I keep telling you guys, man, I don't think anyone loves women more than Zamperion. And if you haven't read that book, by the way, please go read The Alabaster Girl by Zamperion. Zan, with a Z, Zamperion, okay? Very important book. Very, very important book. It's beautiful. Let's see. Can you give your cologne or perfume recommendations? I don't even know if I should, because I have a very unique musk. Like, the things that work on me don't work on most men. I use weird brands like Swiss Army, right? There's a brand called Swiss Army. That's my shit. Or I'll use Dior Sauvage from time to time, but that's about it, man. I'm very particular about what I like. I'm a very niche type of guy. My question is, does what he does work in practice? Oh, yes. Trust me. Go online and find Zan receipts. It does. It definitely does. But it works because of who he is. Like, every word he said in that book, he meant. You know what I mean? He means that shit. He's not just saying it to sound cool or eccentric. Like, on first glance, he looks like just another one of those weasels, right? Like one of those guys that just seems like he wants to suck up to women. But no, he does have a very healthy understanding of what women are. He appreciates them for their complexity. And he just truly is in love with women. He really is. So when he speaks, women can feel that honesty. That's why it works. That's why. I don't even think it's like the technique or anything he's saying or doing that's really working. It's just, it's the person doing it. Zan is a unique individual, you know. Let's see. So last time I told this guy he was treating his girl like a fan. He came back, let's see. He came back to we treat each other as fans. Interesting. Let's see how that works out. You talked about your heartbreak repeating the same mistake. What was the mistake and lesson? If there's one major lesson or one major mistake I've kept making over and over and over again, is that there's no world where not holding frame or just letting go of the frame is a good thing. You really do always have to be a leader. Even when you give her the chance to lead from the front from time to time, it has to be under the context of you allowing it, you giving her the permission. There can never be a time where you allow them to feel like they have all the power, because that's when shit gets fucked up every time. Like, without fail, women really are a creature that cannot be trusted with power, especially when the power is absolute. Everyone suffers when a woman has power, including herself, by the way. It's not even just the man. I'm not even saying this like, oh, because you should be men and you should be scared of women. Don't give her the chance to hurt you. I could use all those goofy red pill talking points, but let's talk as real men here. Fuck us for a second. When you allow a woman to think she has reins over everything, everyone gets hurt, including herself. Because it's like giving a kid a loaded gun. It's just, bad things are going to happen. And not because they want bad things to happen. It's not their fault. They're just reckless like that. It takes a lot of discipline to be a person in a position of power. And women want the power without the discipline it comes with. Without the discipline that it forces you to get on your journey to it. Right? Anyone, I can always tell, I was saying this in a different live, I can always tell when someone, thinks power is a novelty. When someone still thinks that power is a unique thing to them. Because anyone that's actually dealt with power all their life, that is used to being in power positions, what you notice about people like them is they always avoid it. Why? Because people that understand what power is and have a healthy respect for it also understand the responsibility that comes with it and how much discipline you have to wield power. But how do you see women who wield power? There's like a childlike excitement to them. Oh, power. That's not someone you want to give power to. That is not someone you want to give power to. Women cannot be trusted, but the manipulated man says they do it on purpose for control. I mean, yes, the manipulated man. Don't forget that book in its entirety was written from the perspective of a woman that's trying her best to be honest, but it doesn't necessarily mean that everything in that book should be taken that literal. I do think a lot of the time women really are clueless. And they're clueless because they're hurting themselves too. Like, that's the one thing the manipulated man doesn't account for. As much as the book tries to make it look like women are always in control and they're always manipulative, and even when they're faking incompetence, they're really just faking it, right? The truth is women hurt themselves more than anyone else when they have those positions of power. So that doesn't make sense if you think that women are always these calculated. Like, nah. If you're really that calculated and you think all these steps ahead, then you'll have a sense of self-preservation in there. That's just human nature. So where's the self-preservation when the woman feels like she's the hot shit in her relationship, and then she destroys her 20-year marriage, and now the kids are, in dismay, and her husband is like, I need my wife back, and then she's like, now I can go live the life I've always wanted to live. I want to be happy and free, and then a year later she finds out that was a bad decision. She hurt herself. She hurt herself more than anyone else in that situation. Right? If she was such a brilliant villain, she would have seen that shit coming, but she didn't. In my opinion, you need to take control, elevate. You need to, for their sake. I tell you guys all the time, have the leadership position and take control of women, not just because you want to be in control, like because you want the power. No. Do it for them. Do it to save these bitches from themselves, man, because they will hurt themselves. They will, right? Let's see. My heartbreak. Yeah, by the way, that's the answer to your question. That's the one thing I've learned. That's the mistake I kept making over and over again, is that I would get into these relationships and I would think, oh, I finally met a girl that's actually reasonable. Let her have some power. Boom. She devolves right back into the same, evil toddler that all the other girls before her were. And then it just had to keep happening over and over and over and over again for me to finally realize, oh, yeah, this isn't unique to just one woman. This is all of them. This is women from different countries, backgrounds, ages, cultures. Yeah, it's all of them. You give them power, they will inevitably fuck it up for everybody. But that comes with the responsibility. You said, if I'm correct, you should avoid it. Avoid what? Where'd you hear that from? Me tell you to avoid responsibility? You must be out your goddamn mind. I say the exact opposite. I say take responsibility for everything. Like even what I just said, when I say take the responsibility and the power so that you can help them save themselves from themselves. Like, what do you think that is? Become responsible for their own self-preservation, even more than them. And you have to be more concerned with their self-preservation more than them if you want to be a good leader. Because you have to see ahead to see the dangers that come into the future, not just the ones he's trying to avoid right now. All right? How to deal with Nigerian girls for a guy who was born abroad, don't want to be the rich simp. You want to deal with Nigerian girls, but you were born in Obodoyibo, you be Ajebota. Well, be smart. All right? I mean, not Nigerian girls. What's the real difference between Nigerian girls and every other girl? Trick question. There is no difference, right? It's at the end of the day, it's all girls. All you're asking for is tiny, small cultural differences, and yes, there might be small cultural differences, but in at the end of the day, the real solution is be a leader, be a masculine man. That is the solution. You feel me? Would you surrender in war on some Naruto plotline-ish? Would you ever surrender in war? I mean, surrender... There's different kinds of surrender, though. Like, there's cheeky surrender, tactical surrender. There's different kinds of surrender. There's, like, surrender as in, oh, I just really don't want this anymore. I don't want this smoke anymore. And then there's surrender as in, I want to buy myself more time to come back stronger, right? So would I surrender for a tactical advantage? Absolutely. If it's the only move on the chessboard, for sure. Now, would I ever put myself in a position to where that's the only move on the chessboard? Absolutely not. You know, ideally, you never want to be in that kind of position to begin with. But, you know, clairvoyance is a gift. You give the women you're leading. Exactly. All right. How ironic that women think they're the more clairvoyant ones when in reality they can't see past the second move on this chessboard. Men, we can see 10, 20, if you're competent, 40, 50 moves ahead. You know, women are very moment-to-moment creatures, so you got to pull them out of the present moment from time to time to make them see, yeah, there's a little bit ahead of us right here. And especially with women, like almost every decision they make is short-term pleasure. So you got to be like, listen, this will feel good now, but it'll hurt tomorrow. And really explain to them what that is. And honestly, from time to time, especially with a woman you're dealing with for the first time, a woman you're new with, like a girlfriend you just got or whatever, maybe 3 or 6 months into a relationship, you want them to make those bad short-term decisions and then make them feel the pain of it later. And then be like, see? One thing women don't have in their lives, and this is why they keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again, is someone to remind them that the shit they're going through, the bad times they're going through, is as a result of a past action. Women are skilled at, they're going to say I'm generalizing, I don't give a fuck. Women are skilled at severing the tie that connects their past actions with their future results, right? So, for instance, go out to the club, get drunk, get wasted, can't find her keys, wallet, purse, whatever, right? The next day she wakes up, she's hungover, she can't find anything, right? Women have this superpower where in their minds, they're experiencing that right now as just bad luck. Oh my God, something bad happened to me. They don't take the responsibility of, oh wait, I'm the goofy idiot that got drunk and allowed myself to act in a way where now I can't fucking organize myself. They really do forget, like, oh, I'm the reason my wallet is missing. They don't see it like that. They really don't. And this is not to like make fun of them or treat them as inferior or anything like that. And I hope I don't come off as condescending, which I get accused of every fucking day. But again, don't give a shit. But I really do hope I'm not sounding condescending, even though I know I probably do. But yeah, this is what I've noticed about women over the years. They're skilled at avoiding and dodging that responsibility, including when there's really no one else to blame but themselves. They'll find a way to squeeze a lot of it, including use amnesia. They will use fucking amnesia if they have to. Oh, I didn't get drunk and lose my fucking keys. No, the alcohol did it. My friends were supposed to be watching me, all right? My Uber didn't get here fast enough. The lies I've seen women tell themselves, man. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God, they're skilled. I really, and I'm not saying that facetiously either. It is a skill. It is a skill, and they're good, man. They're very good. They're amazing at it. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's where you come in. Your job is to make sure that they don't blur those lines. Listen, you're the one that made the decision to go to that club and drink that much and get that drunk. That's why you can't find your phone, keys, or purse right now. That's your job, is to connect those two. And then be like, and the next time she wants to go out and drink, be like, hey, remember? And then that all of a sudden, now you do this thing where you associate the result with the action. Now they think of those two things in tandem. Oh, now there's consequence involved. That's all women need. That's all you need to give women that's all you need to do to give women that sense of structure and boundaries. Is just introduce them to the concept of consequence. That's it. While taking responsibility in caveman days could literally get them killed, so it makes sense. Yes, it really could. And again, that's a part of it, and I'm happy you mentioned that, Dimitri. A part of why they're the way they are is because they had to be that way for their own evolutionary success, for their own survival back in caveman days, right? If a woman took responsibility, then the fault is on her, and then that puts her life at risk. That puts her relationship with the rest of her tribe in danger. That increases her for the chances of ostracization by the tribe. Now she's kicked out of the tribe, left to fend for herself in the wilderness, outside of the comfort and the protection of the cave. And her chances of survival are going to be zero. She can't fucking fight those woolly mammoths and saber-toothed tigers by herself. She's going to die. So lying and deluding herself into thinking it's never her fault, dude, that's kept them alive as long as they've been. It is what it is. Bars, another teaching, like when they fail to realize they are baby moms, exactly, like that kind of thing. Like, I mean, even that, I wouldn't even give them the entirety of the responsibility with that one, because attraction isn't a choice, but they can develop a level of discipline for sure. So yeah, it's still their fault somehow, a little bit. My girl says she was like a deer in front of headlights before she met me. Every girl you ever date, and by the way, this is how you know you got good girls in your life, is when they begin to realize and acknowledge the amount of change you put in their lives. All right? My girl says stuff like that all the time. All my girls say stuff like that all the time. Like, you changed my life, you've introduced me to this and that. I felt like I was just floating through life, one of my girls said. I was floating through life before I met you. There we go. Perfect. That's what you want to hear. Another one, you guys know her. That's my Pookie General, right? She said she was looking for direction. Right? So, and I came through and I said direction, right? So that's how it should be. That's how it should be. That's exactly what it should be like. So when you walk up to a new girl, you have that confidence of knowing, bitch, I can change your life. Shut the fuck up and call me. Let's see. He should. Oh yeah, I read that one. Jace, what about the identity, privacy, join the group and video all? Identity, privacy. What are we talking about? I have no idea. Gotta go train a new client. Love you guys, and Jesus loves you. Jesus loves you too, Zay. I'll catch you later. Give us more book recommendations. Appreciate the ones already recommended. Go read everything by Friedrich Nietzsche and Carl Jung. Go read those two mad scientists books. Those two guys are fucking ridiculous. Just literally start from there. I don't even give book recommendations anymore. I give author recommendations. Napoleon Hill, Carl Jung, Friedrich Nietzsche, George Carlson, Timothy S. Grover, Neville Goddard. Read those guys. Esther Villar is also on there now. Dr. C.H. Waddington. Read those guys. Those are authors I recommend. Didn't those philosophers get canonically no play? Oh, absolutely they didn't. And that's why you know that you can trust them, right? Because for someone to go their entire life and get no play in pursuit of their craft, that means they fucking perfected their craft. They had nothing else to pour that energy to. Absolutely nothing else, right? So that's what you're looking for. You're looking for someone that's like focused on just that. That's why I get so much play. That's why you can trust me when I give you woman advice, because that's all I've done. Everything, all my energy is gone towards that. That's why I can talk about it the way I do. You know? So yeah, shout out to them though. In fact, I feel like most philosophers didn't get any play, which is funny. Let's see. Is there a lot of new content in your Supervillain Academy that you haven't posted already? Yes. I mean, it's literally all my major stuff. It's like my courses, all that good stuff, and like stuff I just will never post. So that's what the community is for. Plus, we have calls every 2 weeks. Actually, we have another community call on Zoom when Saturday, you guys. This next Saturday, yeah. So if you want to talk to me directly on there, ask me whatever, secret question you want to ask. Is my identity and info about me going to be secret during the group and video call? If you want it to be, you can, use your username or whatever. Use a username, use your different profile picture, blah, blah. It depends on how you set up your school account. It all comes down to the way you set up your school account. Okay. Do you think our hair are an extension of our brain, like the nervous system, and cutting it is wrong? That's how I interpreted your long hair. No. Like, your hair is only as special as you make it, So I put it like this. Hair is important for a few things. There's a physical reasons, there's a, psychological, spiritual, emotional reasons, blah, blah. You guys already know how tight I am with, like, the way I see the world and the way I follow the principles of the universe and, my connection to the spiritual side of things. Do you really think I would cut my hair for no reason? Which means there are times where cutting your hair is necessary. I just happen to run into one of those times. Call coming Saturday, access to all Jace's hidden videos are inside the community. Exactly. So no, cutting your hair is not wrong. Leaving your hair long is not wrong either. It just comes down to, like, it's like saying, is spending your money wrong or is saving your money wrong? Which one is wrong? Like, no, both happen together at different times. There's a time to reap, there's a time to sow. Right? I'm in reaping time right now. That's all it is. That's all it is. You got to cash in your chips, baby. Just holding on to the chips don't mean shit. At some point, you got to cash in your chips. Let's see. What happened to the storytelling guide playlist, by the way? In the group, private community. How important is virginity? Is it a powerful imprint? The girl's virginity, it's only as powerful as the first 3 months, because then after that, curiosity gets the better of her. I don't care how good you treat your girl. If you're the first man she's ever been with, the curiosity for what other men are like will always be there. So you gotta let her go do her thing. That's what people don't seem to understand. You can't beat the curiosity that comes with the virginity or the virgin. You know what I mean? That's why I keep telling you guys, stop placing virginity as like some kind of valuable thing. It really isn't. In the long run, it really isn't. At some point, the curiosity kicks in. I think it reflects newness, especially in the good sense, in my opinion. For the hair? Yeah, thank you. That's part of what it represents. You're not far off. Let's see. Now I see it as you going on a next level. Jace, I wouldn't like to take a girl's virginity. Virginity is really not a big deal, man. Virginity is honestly sucks, because then you got to train a bitch from scratch. Ugh, too much work. I feel like I've changed in such a short time, I can't explain it. Good for you. What's the difference between unpredictable and being incongruent and ambiguous when dealing with a woman? Unpredictable has more to do with the level of excitement you can generate in a woman, the things you do and how they make her feel and how they make her change her emotions. Incongruence is you acting outside of who you really are. You can be unpredictable and still very congruent. I'll give you an example. Who would be a celebrity example of that? Actually, Russell Brand is a good example. I would say I'm an older Russell Brand, not this guy. Like, he's Christian now, so he's calmed down. But older Russell Brand was a very unpredictable guy. But you see, that's the thing. He was congruently unpredictable. In fact, you would begin to be suspicious of him whenever he acted normal. He'd be like, something's off here, right? So congruence has to do with who you really are, your honesty, like who you genuinely are. I think the other part is you are in grind mode, fasting, change spiritually. Yes, you gotta lock in for being able to get into certain positions. I keep telling you guys, it's all about positioning. Oh yeah, I read that one. Why the hair, bro? Why the hair? Why the hair, bro? I feel like more people miss my hair than I do, which I barely miss it because I know, why I gave it to begin with, like why I got rid of it to begin with. So, that's what sacrifices are, right? You give something because you know what you're getting in return is worth more than what you're giving. But not to say I sacrificed my hair, but I'm just saying, yeah, don't miss it too much. Don't miss it too much. Can we know why you did it? Nah. That's funny. Bro, please get a taper and cut the sky top. I mean, I don't know. I might just end up going bald. I don't give a shit. I do kind of have a sky top now that it's all gone. Because that's all I did. I just cut off the dreads. But, yeah, we'll see. I might show up bald tomorrow. I might come in with, low waves like Diddy. Put on glasses and be like, take that, take that, take that, take that. That's funny. Anyway, I sent a message to Yuri, but my IG account has been blocked. Oh no, that's unfortunate. Bro, please, I already read that one. How would you rank the Robert Greene books and any of them coming in the book recommendations? Didn't I recommend The Law of Seduction already and the 40 Laws of Power? Everything Robert Greene has ever written is a good book, honestly. Law of Seduction, 40 Laws of Power, concise laws of human nature. They're all good. They're all good. How would I rank them? I would say the concise laws of human nature is by far the most important ones. You can put the others in whatever order you want to put them in, but the most important one by far is the concise laws of human nature. By far. By far. Just started talking to a new girl. She's really into me. How do I maintain that? And do I text or call her every day? Oh no. Oh no, Aaron. No. Whenever I hear questions like that, I'm just like, oh no, he's gonna fuck it up. How do I know you're gonna fuck it up? Because you already care too much. Oh no. But okay. The idea isn't to maintain it. You gotta increase your standards, buddy. If you're thinking about it like, how do I not fuck this up? You're going to fuck this up. All right. You should think about it more like, how do I make her become even more obsessed with me? That's how you should be thinking about it. Don't conserve. That's not the time to shrink, right? Attack, offense, expand, right? Now, let me just keep the little I have now. No. What does the Bible say? Even the little... How does the Bible say it? I keep forgetting the actual quote, but basically it's like those who have little, even that will be taken away from them, right? There's a law in the universe of replenishment and recycling. So if you try your best to hold on to what little conversation you have with her, like, how do I just maintain this? You're going to fuck it up. You should be thinking more offensively, play to win. So think about it more like, okay, I'm going to say and do these certain things to make it so that she's even more excited around me and she wants more of me. Right? And by the way, what you should be doing, I explain all this in my private community, seriously, in much more detail than I can here. But the point of it is make her feel more than one type of emotion every single time you talk to her. Positive and negative at the same time in a short period of time. Right? Really keep your text to a minimum. Do not text her too often. If she's a pretty girl, every other guy is trying to talk to her as soon as possible. You want to be the one guy that isn't talking to her too often, so that you actually stick out in her mind, right? Women always notice the guy that isn't thirsty for their attention. And then make sure that whenever you do speak to her, she feels something, anything, Have you watched any new TV shows or movies? Which show was good? Game looks like no. Sorry, wrong. No. I haven't. Sorry. Can you make a course like the interview for marriage, dominance, leadership, positive imprinting? That you're asking me to do a lot of work, and Are you married? Is that why you're asking for marriage specifically? By the way, the Charlie mentioned the way Charlie. Oh, sorry, I'm not reading that correctly. By the way, Charlie mentioned the law you always spoke of in a recent video. Chase it runs. Oh, Charlie Morgan. That makes sense. That makes sense. If you he posted recently, I gotta go see. It's been a while. I've checked him out. What's going on with Charlie? I miss Charlie Morgan. Shout out to Charlie Morgan. But yeah, he's right. If you chase money, it runs. Do not chase money. No, if you chase anything, it runs. It's not just a money thing. It's a life thing. Energy is real, and your energy will dictate what you can have. If you want something, you're vibrating at a much lower frequency than the thing you want. That's why you want it. You want to know when you begin to vibrate at the same frequency, when you feel like you already have it. Or at the very least, when you feel like you can get it whenever you want, which is just the same as saying you already have it, but it's not with you right now. You know what I mean? That's how you should feel about it. He said you have to feel entitled to it. He seems to understand the laws. Yes. Every successful person is following the laws. Even, most of them are like very hush-hush about it, right? A lot of them are like me, right? Out here just recklessly telling you the secrets. But yeah, like you gotta follow precise laws in this universe. This universe is one giant algorithm, right? We talk about, social media algorithms. Do this, do that, hashtags, post at this time to have a video go viral, or whatever the fuck you want to achieve. What makes you think those things don't work the same way in the world? There's timing and positioning for everything. It's all about positioning. And yeah, to chase something is the incorrect position. All right, just think about it like that. Let's see. Finally, Bay is live. Love the new haircut, man. Thank you, Mexicans. Thank you. Thanks for not calling me Lil Boosie. They call me Boosie Badass. That's crazy. Bro, I was out with a girl last week in a group setting, and she left after she saw me talk to her friends. Okay. I'm guessing there's more to that. Let's see. Thoughts on smoking cigars. Don't do it. Why are you poisoning yourself? Why are you doing something that is purposefully poisoning you? Why would you do that? Is it possible that some men have game but don't know that's game? I understand exactly what you mean. Those are what we call naturals. Those are the guys that have success with women but don't really know why. They just happen to be applying the correct techniques without realizing. Because again, no matter how you slice it, everyone's following a formula, whether they realize it or not. Every single success, every single time someone has success with a woman, you can always reverse engineer it to see how they did it, right? But maybe not a lot of time, but a lot of the time, the guys don't realize that's what they're doing. All right, so they're gonna be like, oh well, I just be yourself. By the way, those are the guys that are. I really should be hating those guys. I don't hate them. But I should be, because they make my job harder. Because those are the major proponents of just be yourself, bro. And they don't get it. They don't seem to understand, like, it's great advice for you because you're clearly comfortable being yourself and the confidence is shining through. But for the majority of people, they haven't gone past that initial hump of being yourself. And what is that hump? It's the anxiety you have to go through that comes with, the backlash of being yourself. Because being yourself doesn't automatically mean everyone now likes you now. Yay. That's not how real life works. In real life, when you're authentically you, when you're honestly who you are in front of other people, you're going to very quickly generate haters. People that don't fuck with you. People that don't like you. People that truly hate your guts for whatever reason, for a myriad of different reasons. Maybe they're jealous of you. Maybe they're envious of the fact that you have the balls to be yourself in a way they can't be. Maybe they're seeing you as something different than they're used to, and they don't see you as relatable. So, for whatever reason, they're going to hate you, but they're going to hate you. They're going to hate you. It's going to happen. Those of us that have gone through that hump and are okay in general with the hate that comes with it, we are truly ourselves. That's why I talk as recklessly as I do. When I say the weird shit I say, and your guys are like, what the fuck? That's exactly. Because I've gone through years and years and years of truly, authentically being myself. So I'm used to it. I'm used to anyone feeling any type of way around it. Most people aren't. Most people aren't. It really is a hump people have to get over. Like I was giving someone this advice not too long ago, like maybe a few months now, but I was giving this person advice about like getting on TikTok, right? Because everyone's like, oh, TikTok, it just looks like easy money. You just stay there and make videos. It's like, listen, if it was so easy, why isn't everyone doing it? Exactly, because people are scared of the anxiety of putting themselves out there, of putting their face out there, of having an opinion and having people disagree with them. That's hard for most people. But that's what authenticity looks like. You see my point? So, yeah. That's how you gotta look at it. That's how it works. That's why the Just Be Yourself bros, God bless them, but they make my job harder. Jason, I met up with this girl in the library. Oh yeah, I read that one. Male loneliness, indeed. A girl I was seeing said she would want her... Oh, yeah, I read that one too. Damn, I'm just now reading that? I am so far behind. I gotta scroll down. Do you think eating pussy is beta? Genghis Khan probably never ate pussy. Cool. I don't think it's beta at all. In fact, I don't think there's anything more alpha than doing that. Right? Because, like, the amount of control you have over a woman, especially when you know how to do it well, shit. It's a different level of control. It's a different level of influence. I feel like the guys that say that are the guys that aren't good at it. And that's okay. If you're not good at it, it's fine. You know, it's okay. It's a skill. You got to learn. Like everybody else. You got to go through that process of not knowing how to do it and then learning how to do it and then getting good at it and then getting better at it and then getting to legendary status, you know. But let's not make this an alpha beta thing. Y'all already know how I feel about those words. Those words are cringe. Alpha beta. I don't give a fuck about all that shit. I think there's masculine men and there's pussies. That's it. But yeah, eating pussy is just about the most dominant thing you can do. Like literally. So yeah, do that. It's good. One caveat though. Don't do it because you're trying to impress her. Do it because you enjoy doing it. Very important. It can't be done because you're trying to get something out of her. Do it for your own personal pleasure. Like I see it like something you can use. Like to me, eating cat is like a puppeteer pulling the strings of a puppet. Right? You literally get a different reaction out of the girl depending on what area you put pressure on. Not even kidding. Am I kidding? No. You can change your speed up and she has a different reaction. You can change your pressure, your angles up, different reaction. All these amazing things. So you're literally controlling someone with your fucking tongue. It's amazing. It's amazing, right? But I do that because I think it's amazing. You see the point? I'm not doing it because I want her to think something of me or because I just think she'll like it. No. It's because I think it's fun. All right, so that's how I should see it. Scale from 1 to 10, what level of game are you? 20. Man wasn't taking the hint. The guy whose girl wanted him to get another girlfriend, yeah, wasn't taking the hint at all. I'm meeting this girl this weekend. It's her birthday. I'm not sure if I need to spend money on her. It's going to be with her friends, though. Is this a girl you're already seeing? Like, y'all need to give me context. Is this a girl, like, how many times have you met this girl? Have you seen her before? Are you guys already dating? Have you slept with her? Like, I need more than that. You're throwing something at me, I don't know. I need more information. How do I find beautiful women with high self-esteem? Well, first, you eliminate all the ugly ones. It's very easy. Like, whenever you see a woman that's not as attractive as you want her to be, just avert your eyes. Very easy. That's step one. Step two, talk to all the beautiful ones. Talk to all the beautiful ones. Then step three from there will just be a process of elimination. Eliminate the ones with fragile self-esteems and then go from there. That's how you do it. They usually won't confront you since women aren't confrontational. Take the hint. Yes. And if a woman gets to the point where she feels like she has to confront you, then she really doesn't have any respect for you. How do I get more likes and matches on Tinder for free? You improve your profile. Now, no matter how you slice it, and this is important. What I'm about to tell you is very important. You're going to put in work somewhere or the other. All right. Now, preferably, you put it in where it matters the most, so you have the most amount of leverage to get what you want. But if you're starting to look for ways to do things and get around things and shortcuts, you're in the wrong mindset. You're in the wrong mindset. You got to be willing to put in the amount of work it takes to improve your profile so that you can get away with not paying for Tinder Plus or whatever the fuck it's called these days, right? But yeah, that's the real answer. The real answer is you're going to put in work somewhere or the other. Let's see. Get digital pre-selection for that. And again, it's in the community. Yes, all in the community, digital pre-selection, link in bio, all that good stuff. Let's see. How do I get more? I already read that one. Does rejecting women humble them? It depends on the rejection and who's doing it. You know, a lot of guys think they're getting somewhere by rejecting a girl. The whole time the girl doesn't even see it as rejection. She just sees it as you finally leaving her alone. Right. So it depends on the rejection. The context is important. And it depends on who's doing it. When it comes to women, the sub-communication matters a lot more than the actual communication. The words being said don't matter nearly as much as what they mean in context. Does that make sense? So that's what matters. The Manipulated Man. Can you give us other books like that? Game Dynamics. You got to read the basics. Read the basics. Read Sperm Wars by Robin Baker. Read The Mystery Method by Eric von Markovic. Read The Rational Male, Preventive Medicine by Rollo Tomasi. Read, let's see. I think I already covered all of them, right? Yeah, those are the basics. I would say those are like the major. You could read the Game by Neil Strauss, but I guess you can't. It's more like a storybook, if anything. It's not really informative like that. But yeah, those are the basics. Read those. Let's see. The advances were just over text. But me just getting to know each other on the lunch date. Oh, okay, I see. You've already gone on a date. Did anything happen during that date that stuck out to you, if I must know? I care about my time than the pain. When I had to tell myself the truth, I did it immediately. Exactly. Finally finished Alabaster Girl. Oh yeah, I read that one. Damn, I really am far behind. Should I steal my friend's girls if he's a provider to teach him a lesson and trigger him to grow faster? I mean, interesting way to look at it. That's a very interesting way for you to rationalize being a piece of shit friend. You're a piece of shit person, God-filled. You're a piece of shit. It's fine, so am I. But you got to be honest with yourself. What you just did there was classic piece of shit thing to do. You told yourself, oh, I'm going to steal my friend's girl to teach him a lesson. Make him a better man. Nah, there's way better ways to teach him to be a better man, but you're a piece of shit. So you have to find a way to make the evil thing you're doing, which is essentially taking your friend's girl. Nothing more evil than that. You have to find a way to tell yourself that you were doing that for his benefit. You're a piece of shit. You're a bad person. Stop trying to fuck your friend's girl. There's other girls in the world. Just tell your friend to stop being a bitch. Take him to like a jiu-jitsu class with him or something, you know? Where do you go to find girls at 17 and have the courage to approach? You're 17. You're still like in school or something. Just, at this stage, it's very easy for you to make, female friends and stuff like that. So just literally go out of your way to talk to any woman that walks into your fucking line of vision. You're 17. Now is the time to make all those mistakes. He definitely just wants to hit. He's just rationalizing it. I feel you, right? Exactly. And I feel that. I understand. I'm a piece of shit too. I would do something like that too. But you gotta be honest with yourself. You gotta be honest with yourself. And he calls himself a man of God. That's funny. I don't know if he calls himself a man of God. He just calls himself God-pilled Zen, right? Yeah, nothing wrong with his name. I don't think he's necessarily calling himself a man of God. But, we got to be honest as men with ourselves first more than anything. It's very important. We got to be honest with ourselves. So we don't end up, getting lost in the sauce, as they say. You can't begin to lie to yourself. Now, it was weird, actually. Don't even think it was a date. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Got to go back up there, Mythicans. I didn't read the rest of it. Jace, I kind of show you overthinker you did in the past is cool because you think deep, but it almost stops you. Overthinking, yeah, it was like, would I still say overthinking is a big problem for me? Well, I won't say it's a problem anymore. If anything, I've learned how to channel it into like more productive stuff. Because overthinking is a great thing, you know. I missed the book name. I mentioned multiple books. Can someone write them in the comments for me, please? The Mystery Method by Eric von Markovic. Sperm Wars by Robin Baker. The Rational Male, Preventive Medicine by Rollo Tomasi. And The Manipulated Man by Esther Villar. Now I was worried. I actually don't even think it was a date. Should I ask her if that was my intention? You don't think it was a date? Why? I feel like I need more context there. So you met this girl, you went on a lunch date, but then you don't think it was a date? Why? Did you not create any sexual tension at all? Because that's the only thing I can think of that's like, you know, to me, if it ain't marriage, it's not serious. You're talking like that till someone does that to your daughter. Be careful now. Be careful now. So again, you see, God told you a piece of shit. I fuck with you though. You're a bad person. It's not that serious if it's not just like you have a lot of these black and white ways of looking at the world God built. You have a very black and white way of digesting the world, and that's gonna hurt you. That's gonna hurt you. So you got to be careful with that. Okay, be very, very careful with that. Let's see. Men's Girls Weekend. Oh yeah, I read that one. How do I? No one. All right, there we go. I feel like you typed that in like 20 different times. Her friends. How to last longer in bed. You do it more. And you don't count the first round. Count the second and third. Practice makes perfect though. I am not kidding when I say that. My question is, does what he does work? Oh yeah, it's not pairing. Yes, it does. Wagwan with the locks. 4-finger salute. Oh, 4 fingers, not 2. 4-finger salute. What's up, man? Jace, do you want to get married? State marriage, how many women? See, man, that's the thing. If I ever do get married, it can't be to just one woman. That's the problem with me. I'm in too deep, guys. I can't do just one woman. You know, so yeah, I'll have to figure that one out. Figure how we figure that out. You know. But yeah, I'm not opposed to marriage though. I think it's a beautiful thing. I really do. Especially if done correctly and for the right reason, for sure. I think it's a wonderful thing. Let's see. The Manipulated Man. Let's see. Zan Perion, yes. Are you going to invite me to a traditional marriage? I might not do a traditional. We'll see. I don't care much for the theatricality of all that, you know. Might be some one and done type thing, you know. Why can't women be leaders of countries? Would it ruin the country? Dude, every single civilization in history that has crumbled because they started letting women start having a say. I don't think that's an accident. Every single one. The Egyptians went down because of it. The Romans, the Babylonians, literally all of them. It's not even like, this one example, like every single major world power went down just right after they started listening to women. I don't think that's an accident. And I think the reason for that is simple. It's not because women are evil. It's not because women are incompetent, but they are incompetent at leadership. And yes, I will generalize. Bite me. I don't give a fuck. Until you can find me a good example. And, women have their own things. Like, oh, women have never been in a position of power. Lies, they have. It's just that you don't know about those countries because they all got crushed. They all got destroyed, right? Besides, and this is the craziest part about it, the majority of women will get offended, when I start talking about how women, shouldn't be in positions of leadership most of the time. And yet, if you were to look into the souls of these women, they don't want the position of leadership. They don't want the power that comes with that. They don't want the responsibility that comes with being in a leadership position. They don't want that shit. Right? Someone said, every time a woman becomes a billionaire, she gives all her money away. And they try to make it sound like it was like a charity thing. Like, oh, all these women, they're billionaires, but then they're fucking... They have such big hearts. They just want to help everyone. No, they give it away because they realize, holy shit, this being a billionaire thing puts a target on my back. I'm not ready to fight these wars every day. Take this cup of suffering away from me. All right, that's what Jesus said in the Garden of Gethsemane before the Romans came to pick him up to go crucify him. Lord, if it be your will, take this cup of suffering away from me. That's what these bitches do. Take this cup of... Like, you don't want to be the one at the helm of affairs. Everything goes to shit. Everyone's looking at you like, what do we do now? And you have to be the one to come up with the answers? You want these problems? Stop it. Stop it. Stop. It's even amongst men, most men don't want these problems. It takes crazy motherfuckers to be like, yes, I'll have this power. And I'll try to use it in the way I see fit. And then even then, most of them just abuse it anyway. Right? Because it takes a special kind of person with the right amount of discipline to not abuse the power they have. So women being like, oh, we're not in a position of power. You don't want it. You don't want it. Stop. Shh. Women weren't allowed to vote. Women didn't want to vote. They didn't want to vote. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Right? And, they don't like to run into guys like me that remind them of stuff like that. But, hey, someone's got to say it. Your thoughts on them being judges and lawyers. I think that's okay as long as they are following a script. Right? The moment they have to start coming up with their own ideas, they have to follow. That's why judges can't just give you any sentence. There's a maximum sentence and a minimum sentence for every crime. Imagine they could just give you any sentence depending on how they're feeling that day. You're bro, anyone that shows up in Judge Martha's courtroom on her period is fucked, bro. Right? So as long as they're forced to follow parameters, I'm okay with that. That's cool. So the female president and the country get destroyed. Is that the math gonna say it to the girl in their face? Go for it. I've already been saying it to girls in my real life. It's going bruh. It's not a good oh my god. Why are we acting and this is what we do as men, right? Like we're so weak in this fucking Western society where we just clap and play along and let them allow us to destroy everything that's been built because we just want peace in our homes, right? God, bro. Just weakness everywhere, man. It's beginning to really bother me. It's pissing me off. Jesus Christ. Anyway. That comes with responsibility. Yes. Nigerian girl, clairvoyance. Also, you would fake surrender and rebuild your army, then strike them back. Yes. If that's my tactical advantage, that's what I would be doing. My girl said she was... Oh, yeah, I read that one. Why don't women hold themselves accountable? Why is it a bad idea to try it? We already talked about that. That's like an evolutionary psychology thing. If women were in the habit of taking responsibility for stuff, they'd be dead a lot easier back in the day. I see what you say. I believe you 100%. But how to make them understand this weak men and girls? Experience is a big part of it. Like, a lot of the time, like, this is what I keep telling you guys, especially if you want to build a solid relationship with a girl, you have to see what happens when she makes her own decisions. Like, tell her not to do something, allow her to build her confidence to be, adamant about doing it. Then be like, cool, you want to do that? We'll let you do that. See how that works out. You being the man and having clairvoyance, you'll see what's going to happen. And then she'll go, I don't want to do this anyway. You're cool, go ahead. And then when she crashes and burns, then you'll be like, okay, cool. Do you see now why you should only listen to me? You got to give them a chance to fucking drown a little bit. Then you can save them, right? Don't try to help them at first. Now, later on when the relationship gets more serious and more consequential and the stakes increase with the decisions they make around you, then sure, you can begin to have a firmer hand. But at first, really chill and just lay back and let them fall on their own sword. But then make sure you remind them that the shit they're in now is something they could have avoided if they listened to you before. A lot of training your girl up is just being like, I told you so. I told you so. Now, granted, in order to even be able to do this, you have to be the kind of man that's actually good at making decisions to begin with. So that means you have to be an actual good leader. But once you have that down, easy. Blissful ignorance, indeed. Let's see. How do we best vet a girl for wifey material through her childhood and ex-boyfriends? You vet a girl for wifey material by putting her through tests. That is how you do it. Her past will give you an indication of how she is up to the point where you're meeting her. But it's still up to you to change her if you want to make whatever adjustments you want to make for her to become the kind of person you need her to be the wife if you want her to be. Because all wifey material is a certain psychological and emotional position for the woman. Every woman can get to that position, right? Some will take longer than others. Some will require more work than others. But really, every girl can be my wifey material. And honestly, you'd be very surprised. And I'm talking to real G's now in the game that understand how a game works. They already know this. But for the majority of other men, you'd be very surprised to see the kind of girls that would be closer to wifey material than others. You look at that church-going or must-going girl that doesn't go to the club every night and blah, 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 blah. And then you put her against the stripper, right? And you would assume, the super religious girl, she's the wifey material. And then when you actually get into relationships with these two girls, it becomes very clear to you. One is far more apt to listen to you than the other, and as a result is willing to make the necessary changes to get to that emotional and psychological position faster. Seen this happen many different times. The girls even the girls that I have right now in my life, only one of them is really a through and through good girl her entire life. The rest of them were fucking, they weren't the girls that on paper you would think, oh yeah, these girls would be amazing, but they are. And that's the point, right? End of the day, wifey material is something you create. That's the real answer. You feel me? Very important. Wifey material is something you create. Let's see. Cold approaching in uni. Do you suggest? If so, what's the best way to go about it? You walk up to women and you go, hey, what's your major? That's how you do it. What is your major? If you're Nigerian, you say, what's your course? Because we don't call it majors, we call it course. Which course you study? Go from there. And then, start talking to them. And really don't try to get anything out of them. This is one of the major things guys need to understand, especially in woman pro situations. Stop trying to extract value immediately. It's completely fine to just run into a girl, say hi, talk a little bit, walk away. Don't take her number, don't take her WhatsApp or Snapchat, nothing. Just say, you go be now. Keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? It's very important. And then just do that over and over and over and over and over again until eventually she either asks you for your number or you'll be like, it's not way for us to have each other's phone numbers by now, right? And then go from there. But the series Sex Life show, it's different, can change them. What are we talking about? Huh? What was that? Huh? Sex Life, that show on Netflix? I know that, but I don't know what you mean by the rest of that. What are some things you've introduced to change their lives? Was it a diet, how to make money, etc.? Those are the surface level things. A lot of the best things you can give a woman is this discipline and structure, having a routine to their fucking day. Something that simple. Just following a script. God damn it. Like, a lot of women live life way too recklessly. Giving them structure gives them something to lean on when they don't know what to do next. And a lot of women just need to know what to do next. That's where you come in, right? So just a structure, routine, like something that simple changes their fucking lives. You can give them, the diet is part of it, the showing them a new source of income, that's also part of it too. But a lot of it is also like, and by the way, if you meet a girl that already has this, you hold on to her for dear life. This is a very rare trait in women. Self-awareness. When a bitch can stop herself from making mistakes, or can make the mistake and then go back, retrace her steps, catch herself, and be like, oh, this is what I did, I probably shouldn't do that again. Like, watching her unravel herself in front of you is one of the most, oh my God, the amount of relief you'll feel, that is assuming you even understand the value of that, right? It's a very rare thing. It's a very rare trait. Very rare trait for a woman to truly be self-aware. It's great, right? So, you know, those are the women you'll have the best time with. They're a fucking a breeze to be with, right? You'll have a blast, and it'll feel like you have someone in your life that has the emotional capacity and intelligence to make the necessary adjustments for you without you even saying anything. It's great. My girl is always like, I want to do, but would tell me to, and then she does that thing. What thing? What are you talking about? What thing? What's up, by the way, Ryu? Let's see. Is my identity and info order that one? Saturday, yes sir. Kyle DJs is crazy. My nemesis. I have once again returned to your dojo for assistance. Go ahead, man. I got you. How you doing, Plump? Pingu. Call coming Saturday, indeed. Coach EO said women can't become that woman without some kind of man leading her to become. Yeah, he's right about that. I'll give him that. He's very right about that. Like, women need your help. Like, this is why I don't subscribe to all that red pill nonsense. I feel like people love to complain, and they think they're complaining. I mean, I get why people like complaining. It makes them feel good, right? It helps them to go through their whatever suffering they're going through. But at the end of the day, it's that complaining and unwillingness to do anything about it that's creating these women that they're complaining about. That's the irony to it. It's one giant cycle. They complain about the women that, you know, buddy, you're going to fall off the couch. There we go. Love you. Oh, you don't want to lie down no more? All right, cool. Oh, you want to lie down on me? Sure. Men complain about women. Those women don't change, and then they just have more reason to complain about them more. You know what I mean? Like, she'll imagine what instructions I would give her and do that without me telling her. Oh, her. I know you're having a blast with that girl. I know you love that girl. I know. A girl that can proactively lead with your guidance without you having to give her like to strong harm her or like supervise the bitch every time. That is so good. That's a different level of relief. That's a girl you can't even get rid of. Even if you wanted to, you can't get rid of. Like, it's too convenient to be with them. You know what I mean? You can't even get rid of them. Like, I want to break up with this bitch. Nah, I'm gonna keep her. Like, you can't even get rid of them. You can't. You know what I mean? Let's see. Should you fat shame or any other shame towards women or men? Nah, it's unnecessary. It really isn't necessary. Like, what's the point? And people respond better to positive reinforcement anyway. So shame in general is like, eh. Besides, the best way to make someone feel shame isn't to shame them. It's just to be fucking better, right? Let your existence be their shame, right? That's how you do it. She's the best, man. I told her how my mind works so many times that she can see it through my eyes. Perfect. When a girl has your ocular jutsu, that's exactly what you want. My boy's just like tired. Went on a run earlier today. My boy. Let's see. But yeah, no shaming. Shaming is unnecessary. Damn, monkey trimmed your hair from the Igbo Prince to Heartbreaker Jerome. Tight shit. From the Igbo Prince to, Jerome, what's up? My girl said I look more douchey, which is exactly what you want to hear, by the way. How do you respond to that is haram tut tut? LOL. What is haram tut tut? I don't even know what that means. I know what haram is. I don't know what is tut tut. I don't know. Thinking reflection is, how do you keep a girl that you took her virginity off? Huh? I don't know what that means. Off what? I think the other part is, I already read that one. What's up, Boosie? Oh, fuck you. If your private time performance isn't the best private time, I think I heard you or your assistant say it's not that big of a deal, and it's how you react after you said started insulting the girl's hobbies, and then she told you to leave or something like that. I have no idea. Can we know why you did it? What are you? Hold on. Oh, sorry, that's a different person. I'm trying to remember what the hell you're talking about. Oh, like when we were talking about, if you don't do your best in bed, what matters is your attitude towards it afterwards. Yeah, I was right about that. I stand by that. It's not, if you have a genuinely bad performance, what makes it bad is how you respond. If you go, oh, if you start acting like you're in shame about it, then yeah, now it's like cemented in her head as a bad performance. Jace, do you own a dog because of the back end or front end? I might buy a dog because of the back end. I don't own a dog for game. I own a dog because dogs are fucking cute, dude. Right, buddy? Look at them, buddy. Look at him. He's adorable. That's why you own dogs. No, but honestly, I feel like one of the best ways to increase in your ability to be a leader is to get a dog. Because dogs will force you to, really improve on your responsibility. Your ability to be the kind of person that can, okay, interesting shake. Dogs force you to become a better leader. You have to be a good leader to be a good dog owner. Does that make sense? Dogs don't listen to bad owners, right? So you have to have a certain level of leadership over your dogs so that your dogs can respect you, okay? And that translates to human beings. A little too well, honestly. The other day I was at a grocery store and I wanted to get a cashier's attention, and I ended up going to the person, which is what I tell him. Like, even me just saying it now, he just sat down. Like, see, I went and he just sat down, right? So that's, maybe don't let it translate that far in there, you know what I mean? But yeah, let's see. Deal with this, deal with that. Have you watched any new TV? I don't know. No, I haven't. Bro, you're the GOAT. Changed my whole perspective on life for real. Thank you. That's pretty much what my plan is. Buddy, what are you looking at? My laptop. What's going on with that? Ball is the move, right? I'm really feeling it these days. I'm not gonna lie, bro. One day I'm gonna get me a pack of wolves. I can't do the wolves thing because I was doing research on that, by the way, and I was seriously doing research on getting wolves. Here's why you can't get wolves. I'm about to break everybody's heart that want wolves, like a crazy motherfucker like me, right? All the crazy guys gather here. Here's why we can't actually have wolves. Wolves require you to become a member of their pack, but not in the same way dogs do. Wolves have even higher levels of separation anxiety than dogs. Does that make sense? Like, now you're their fucking member of their pack. They go everywhere with you. Like, you are the wolf guy now. You can't just leave your pet wolf at home. That doesn't exist. That's not real. That is not a real thing. The wolves are with you everywhere. They stand guard in front of the shower when you're pooping, when you're having sex. They're right there, watching and standing guard. Like, wolves are around you at all times. They're a fucking menace to your life. Right? So, can't get wolves. Sorry. Can't work. Sounds like the wolves are gonna run. Oh, my bad. So Dimitri, getting her out. Y'all need one highlighted comment at a time. I'm gonna read Ryu's and then Dimitri's. Sounds like the Wolves are gonna run the city with me like I'm Bane. Indeed. I mean, that could be a good. Again, it's years of commitment, though. Those things stick around a while. So that's your entire life you're giving to these wolves. Like your entire existence becomes wolves. I love wolves, but I'm sorry, I got so much shit to do, bro. I can't dedicate that much time and attention to anything. I can't. Getting her out, your life becomes hard. At times I pray she mess up so I can have an excuse. Man, I feel that in my soul, dog. These are problems most men just will never experience, unfortunately. But you ever had a girl that's just like perfect and you can't get rid of her? Damn. I'm looking for any reason to get out of here. I can't. God damn it. Sacrifices, my friend. Sacrifices. Hey, I feel you, but not that kind of sacrifice. Nah. Imagine me going to a jiu-jitsu tournament and my wolf pack is just like there on the sidelines. I mean, I'd win every match, fuck around and try to tap me out. Have one of my boys come fuck you up, right? But no, I can't. Like, everyone will be scared of me, which is already like my existence. I'm already a black man in America. But, oh my God, that would be so much work, so much adjustment I would have to make. Looking back, I didn't create tension. Is it possible to correct so she accepts the advances? Oh yeah, just go create tension right now. Whatever advances you're doing are probably too friendly. Instigate, create some tension. Oh, guys, give me a second. Interesting. Okay. About her. Let's see. Think I'm going bald for this season too. Hey, we're all going bald. That's the move right now. Everybody's going bald. That's the move now. We're all going bald. I'll let you know when. We're all going bald. Keep it in your mind. We're all going bald. All right? I can now see what you mean by better your game, the smaller your dating pool. Thank you. See, I love you, Wolderlocks, because you actually use the shit. I love when I meet people that uses the shit. It's great, because now you're seeing what I'm talking about. The better your game, the smaller your dating pool. It becomes very obvious. Oh my God. I really can't date most women. I can't. You start out game thinking, I'm going to get so good, I'm going to date any girl I want to. Then you get good enough and realize, I don't want 90% of these bitches. Stay the fuck away from me. I do not want most of these women. And even if I did, I can't have them. I can't. Like, I keep telling you guys this, and you guys probably think I'm joking. I literally cannot date anything below an 8 anymore. Like, it's done. It's done. I can't. It's not going to work. They can't survive the tension that exists with a guy like me. It's not going to work. If I walk up to a 7 right now and say I like you, she will never believe me. Never believe me. Her self-esteem will not allow her to believe me. So that door is closed forever. I will never have a 7 on my arm again. Ever. Can you make a video on social calibration in the community too, please? Yes. Yes, I can. Absolutely. I cannot. Oh, yeah, I read that one. By the way, Charlie mentioned. Oh, yeah, I read that one too. Pin comic user. By the way, bro, when you say instigate, I'm curious. What exactly you mean by that? Any examples? Instigation is just what I use as a word for injecting tension into a dead conversation. Think of it like the defibrillator. Zzz, Claire. That's what instigation is. If a girl stops responding, stops, texting back, whatever, saying something that spikes up the tension between you and her is what will make her want to respond. And she has to respond for the conversation to keep going, right? If she doesn't, conversation dead. That's how communication works. Let's see. I mean, this girl's... he keeps saying the same thing, but I still don't know what the question is. I'm meeting this girl this weekend. It's her birthday. I'm not sure if I need to spend money on her. She has her friends with her. Cool. Give me context. I get it. She has her friends with her. But is this a girl you're meeting for the first time? And is that the first outing you and her are having? Is this a girl you've met before, slept with before? Like, what's the context? It's going to be different depending on the history you have with this girl. Do you recommend aggressive dogs save time for the hard thing? I know I should follow steps, but like if you want to get an aggressive dog right now, good luck. You know, you can. I mean, you're literally putting your own physical body in harm's way because an aggressive dog will bite you if you don't, lead correctly, right? So keep that in mind. Dogs will test you. That's why I like dogs. They look like women on a lower level. On a lesser level, dogs are like women because they will test your gangster. Like even this guy, from time to time he'll just be like a little defiant, like, bitch, who the fuck are you? Gotta let him remind him who's fucking boss. Makes sense. Just something a bit proactive in nature to inject tension. Yes. He said you have to feel entitled. Yes, he's very right about that. I got myself a Bible for free. You encouraged me to get it. It's very nice so far. Thank you. I'm happy you're doing that. It's a wonderful book, isn't it? It's really nice, especially if you read it in a way that you can understand it. I'm actually rereading Ecclesiastes right now, and I'm using a strong concordance to like really understand the context for all these words. Because like when Solomon says, by the way, this is why I love reading the Bible, right? Whenever I study it, I learn more stuff. It turns out Solomon might not be the only author of the book of Ecclesiastes. It might be him and someone else. Or, more specifically, we don't really know that Solomon had anything to do with the book of Ecclesiastes. And honestly, if you read the book of Proverbs and Songs of Solomon and the Keys of Solomon, then you very quickly realize, you know what? Maybe Ecclesiastes wasn't written by Solomon. It doesn't even sound like the same guy. Low key. You know what I mean? But I digress. The point is, the one thing that's reoccurring throughout the book of Ecclesiastes is life is meaningless. But if you go to the original translation, the original word is hevel. Life is hevel. Hevel doesn't really mean meaningless. It means more like vapor or smoke, which I think completely changes the sentence, because instead of saying life is meaningless, he's saying life is smoke and mirrors. Life is but an illusion, which is very correct. Now that's wisdom. You know what I mean? Shout out to King Solomon. Scholars think it is him and someone else. Some also said scribes write with instructions from the author. That too, life is hevel. We never know, right? What dogs do you recommend to get tested without risking your life, but still challenging? Stay away from the protector dogs. Stay away from the... honestly, a good dog that'll test you a lot without actually physically harming you, because they can't harm you like that anyway? Chihuahuas. Chihuahuas will test the fuck out of you because they're tiny little aggressive balls of anger. And they're always shaking with anger, right? But they're small dogs. Like, even when they bite you, it's like, it don't really, they can't do real damage, So, yeah, probably get a Chihuahua. If you want something bigger, you can get a poodle. I know those aren't the most masculine dogs, but hey, get a poodle. Stay away from like a Great Dane. Get a German Shepherd. Stay away from a Rottie or a Pit. They have a kill switch, and a very strong bite force. Labs are good. Retrievers are good. That's the thing though. Retrievers won't test you as much as labs will, because they're a little too good natured. As a dog, you're just like happy and shit all the time. So I don't know if they're the best at testing you, but they're a good dog. They're cute. Get a cat. That motherfucker will scratch your eyes out. Do not get a cat. I don't fuck with cats for several reasons, but do not get a cat. Cats don't train you to be a better leader. Cats train you to be a better slave. That's the thing about cats, especially here in America. It's so weird. Americans have a very different relationship with cats than they do with dogs. And that flips the dynamic of how owning a cat feels like versus a dog in America. Like in America, cat litters are in people's houses. Like, oh, you own a cat, here's their cat litter. And it's like, why don't you just walk it like you do your dog? Oh, but they're different. No, they're not. Why would you let one animal shit in your house and the other not? That makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. But I digress. The point is, don't get a cat. The great Jace can't handle a little kitty suspicious. Can't handle a little kitty suspicious. Nah, I just don't. Nah, I don't trust men that own cats. Because like I said, the way people, the relationship people have with cats most of the time, they're a slave to their cat. Right? And I don't trust anyone that owns a cat because in their minds it's like, oh, it's an easier animal. It's less responsibility. Less responsibility? Ew. Gross. I don't trust you. Especially if you're a man. Girls owning cats, whatever. Man owning cats, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. You're a bitch. I don't trust you. So going for the Labrador Retriever. Labrador Retriever mixes do exist. Yes, they're great dogs too. Going for that is a happy ass dog though. Let's see. I'm meeting this girl this weekend and it's her. I never read that one. I'm just playing. I just hear my girl complaining about her cats all the time. Dude, cats are fucking ugh. Like I said, I don't think you can have a cat unless you come at it from like the third world country type of perspective. To us, cats are like either something you stay away from or something you have to like severely dominate or they'll control you, right? But yeah, for most people here in America, cats are like their god. Bro, do you think some animals weren't meant to be food? Back in the day, yes. When we didn't have the technology to deal with it properly, yes. And to be fair, I do think depending on your own makeup and what your stomach and your system can handle, there's some things you just shouldn't eat. Right? I'll eat the occasional pork. But am I stuffing myself with pork every day? No. You know, you got to be careful with stuff that has that much of a fat content. You got to be careful with stuff that has, you know, high levels of stuff that you might think is good for you, but too much of it can be bad, you know? Like be careful with how many times you eat lobsters, for instance, or pork and stuff like that. Jace not eating pork. What a beautiful Muslim. That's so funny. I'm meeting this girl this weekend. It's her birthday. I'm not sure if I need to spend... Oh, damn, this guy again. Because now when I'm in public, I don't even want most of them. Exactly. Like, you don't even want most girls. Bro, I love you guys. Bro, I love guys who give bad advice. They make my life easy as fuck. I used to think that too, like, until I got into this industry. When I was just a guy running game in the world, those guys were my best friends because they would help to reduce my competition. But now that it's now my job to teach men how to run game, now they're a fucking hindrance. Like, oh my God. Jesus Christ, they make my job hard. Labrador Retriever, is it really challenging? Are they strong, fast? I want to train, diet, run, weight. Do your research, man. It depends. It really depends. They tend to be bigger dogs, though, because Labradors and Retrievers are both big dogs. So, you know, and the bigger your dog, usually the more well-behaved. But also, you know, a lot goes into their upkeep. So do all that research on your own. Yeah, bro, feels bad for you. Got to change jobs and start doing the dog center. Dog center is crazy. Let's see. We went out last week and she left after she saw me talk to a female. Interesting. It's like a second chance. I see. But it's not a second chance though. Not for you anyway. It's for her. Because the fact that she saw you talking to someone else and that was her cue to leave, that tells you that she's scared of competition. I don't know if you want a girl like that in your life. You feel me? I had a friend who I recommended your content to, and he was hating, saying he don't need it. I got a kiss and a number on my first try. Needless to say, he started following you. Exactly. Needless to say, he started following you. There you go. Awesome. So you're out here preaching the gospel by showing him how well it works. Thank you. And tell him to go, use the information, and when he sees how well it works for him, then he can go bring other people into the fold. Yeah, we're gonna slowly spread our influence out here. How can you balance being authentic in business? Because it is bad for networking. It is, man, for real, it is. So what I do is I niche down specifically for that very purpose. I want to do business with people that I can be honest with. That's very important to me. That isn't always the best financial decision. I really want to talk about that too. Let's hash that out for the business people in the world. We all know that the way to make money is to get other people to give it to you. Ultimately, the skill of making money is persuasion. That's the major skill. It's getting other people to want to give you the money in their pockets, right? Fair enough. So it's not hard to see how positive interaction and relation with others helps to bring more money into your pockets. Fair enough? Okay. How can you be truly authentic to yourself and also get other people to trust you enough to give you money? Because that's how money is transferred. People don't buy from people that is necessarily the best. Not all the time, anyway. All right, there's those unique situations where you truly are the only person on the planet that can do what they need you to do, and they have to pay you, whether they like you or not, right? That'll happen from time to time. But for the most part, people prefer to give their money to people that they trust. And who are the people trust? People that they find relatable. That's it. Like, people only, which again is a narcissistic thing about how we work as human beings, right? We only trust people that remind us of ourselves somehow, but I digress. People want to do business with people they like and they trust. Okay? And by the way, not to say that that's the right way to go about living life. In fact, that's a skill I've trained out of myself. I don't do business with people when I'm the one patronizing businesses, right? I don't like to patronize businesses just because they remind me of me. I've learned to train that out of myself because you miss out on a lot of opportunities doing that, and you end up not really getting the best results for yourself long term. But I digress. The point is, the way you do it is then you start creating and crafting a message that'll help you to reach the people that you can be honest with and do business with. There's not gonna be a lot of them. It really isn't. But if you can construct your message so that those people can come to you, then you now have the right to make things that are specifically for them, which then helps you to make more money. The real money is in niching down to solve very specific problems for very specific people. That is how you make it. That is how you make good money, right? If you want to call it that, right? That's how it's done. Never, I don't know if, do I even want to say it like that? Because I don't want you, especially depending on what situation you're in. I can't speak to every situation. If you're like dead broke, you need clients right now, or customers right now, whatever your situation is. You need some kind of connection. I can't in good conscience tell you like always be authentically you, because dude, at that point it's like your survival is based on it. And I don't want to be the one to tell you to go kill yourself. Even though, full disclosure, that's what I did. Me personally, I had opportunities to just lie to people and take their money. Right? Just say the convenient thing and take their money. I chose the opposite. It cost me dearly. Warning. I missed out on a lot of opportunities. I left a lot of money on the table. I lost a lot of would-be clients, right, that just didn't feel like they resonated with me, right? That would have paid me a lot of money. But I let that go because I believe in what I do. Like, my principles are very important to me. I understand that's not how everybody is. And besides, not everyone is built like me. Like, I am a Nigerian man, born and raised. I know what it's like to go a whole year without electricity. Well, I was just talking about this the other day with my fucking, me and my boys were talking about the whole, the ports getting, the port workers, they're on strike right now. And there's going to be a lot of supplies that aren't coming in. And everyone's like panicking. And I'm like, not today. I'm Nigerian. I'll be fine, bitch. I'm concerned for my family. Obviously, take care of them. But Shit, me personally, I've been through a lot of suffering in this life. I don't mind. I can suffer very well. But I can't assume the rest of the world has that same level of pain tolerance. So it would be very wrong for me to advise other people, oh yeah, just be authentically you and go and starve. Like, come on, I can't bring myself to do that. Because you will fucking starve, bro. If you're being authentically you, like you're really aggressively just you, you're going to lose out on people that would have otherwise done business with you if you just were a little more likable or relatable. You know what I mean? So keep that in mind. Maybe tone yourself down a little bit to get that client or make that connection or get that phone number or, close that sale, make that deal, whatever. Do what you got to do. Survive. Do what you got to do. Me personally, I'd rather die. But we're not talking about me right now. But again, listen to the first half of that advice. Niche down. Solve very specific problems for very specific people so they have very little reason to tell you no. Okay? All right. Basically be fake on the job, real outside. You could say it like that, sure. Now, that's why, I very quickly found out I didn't mix well with a regular 9-to-5 environment, right? So, yeah. I can't live that life. I can't. Nah. I had to make it, dude. I had to. It wasn't even an option. I understand 50 Cent when he said, get rich or die trying. I understand that in my soul. I get that. I understand that. But, yeah. I get that. I had a friend who I recommend. Oh, yeah, I read that one. Can you explain Proverbs? Is it hard? It's hard for me to understand. Go and read it again. Read it again until you understand it. There's so much things. Like, where do you want me to start from? Like, Proverbs goes over so many topics. You know what I mean? What about Rottweilers as challenging dogs? They are some of the most challenging. Do not get a Rottweiler. Not yet. It's all the position you do it from. Yes. Eating cat doing the most. Sure. I will do the most. Take me there, James. Level 20. That's funny. Join the private academy. Start from there. Let's see. Digital pre-selection. All that good stuff. Link in the bio. Put this live on YouTube. Maybe. I might just put it in the group instead. Who knows? Are dominant women less likely to be compliant by default, or once you push through their barriers, it's a-okay? Yeah, pretty much. Once you push through their barriers. Like, dominant women are only dominant as a means of protection from men. That's really it. They do that as a kind of protective covering to make themselves feel safe. Once you let them know that you're not a threat to them in that way, they'll drop their guard and you'll be fine. That's really what it comes down to. Women don't want to be dominant. And every time you see a woman being aggressive and masculine, just remember, she doesn't want to be that way. That alone should give you all the confidence in the world to break all her barriers down, if at all there are any, They don't want to do all that shit. They don't want to be masculine and aggressive and be the one that has to take charge and be a leader and have all the responsibility thrusted on them. They don't want that. They don't want that. They don't want to have to deal with all that. What's up, boy? That's true. I gotta feed you some. Get you some food. No, buddy, you can't move the stand. Let's see. No. Behave. Sit. Good boy. Want to have earrings in a Nigerian home. I think it's just doing it and coming home is the way to do it. Oh yeah, do that. You can just surprise them with it. They can't tell you not to do it when you've already done it. Let's see. How can you balance being I already read that one. To me, if it ain't marriage, it's not. I already read that one too. What happened on October 1st? My private community, link in bio. Jace, do you want to get... I already read that one too. Damn, I really was down there at the bottom. Looking back, I didn't create either of them. Women having a say, Jace too funny and competent. Exactly. It's gonna be... I already read that one too. Damn, I gotta... You see the Niger man give away 100 mil to a girl, crazy simping. 100 million naira to a girl? Nah, that's way too much simping. He doing way too much. Only for her to cheat on him with a guy that hasn't given her one single piece of puff. You know what I mean? So female president, I read that one. Sharia law is the only method to tame hypergamy, so everyone wins except promiscuous and criminals. I fucking disagree. Sharia law is what weak men rely on to control women. When you're strong, you can control women by yourself. You don't need any other law but yours. That's the point. That's the whole point of game. Game makes it so that you don't have to lean. Like, anything that makes you have to lean on the collective to have some kind of power over others, you're weak. You're weak as fuck. I don't need... Listen, I'm a Christian man myself, right? Not that I'm shitting on Islam or anything like that. I'm a Christian man myself. I believe Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. I believe in the sacrifice he made and the fact that he rose up from the dead 3 days later to conquer sin and death. I don't need Jesus to control my relationships. I can do that on my own. Not to say I don't appreciate him being in it. Not to say I can't dedicate my relationships to him, which I do, by the way. All my girls give their lives to Christ. It's a mandatory thing with any girl I date. Right? You have to give your life to Christ. Not even a matter of if, ands, or buts. It's a when thing. When. Right? With that said, I can get my girl to comply to me without using the Jesus excuse. And that's the point. Without using Jesus as an excuse, without using morality or society or shaming tactics as an excuse, without using the threat of violence. My bitch just listens to me because I tell her. That's the point. That's the point. If you have to rely on anything outside of your own power, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. Straight up. You are doing it wrong. And by the way, that extends into legal too. But the court said, pussy. The courts, stop it. You need the courts to step in to control your bitch? Come on, son. Come on, son. It's pathetic. What's that, buddy? You want to sniff that? It's pathetic. Oh, but the Bible said, shut up. Pathetic. I read the Bible. Still think it's pathetic that you need the Bible. Oh, but the Bible said this here. You should be behaving like... You should inspire her to behave like that without having to open the book. But the Quran... Shut up. Pathetic. Pathetic. Your girl should listen to you because you said it. Simple as that. Let's see. Or like making laws, the emotions would break or save your ass. Type shit. What do I think about Cane Corso? I put them in the same category as Rottweilers. They're just bigger, usually. Can you do a huge rant about patriarchy or make a video about feminism in the community, please? I'll sign up today. I mean, sure. I mean, I'm about to do a rant on feminism, so... But... Understand, my rants aren't regular rants. I don't do complaints. I do actual rants. I don't do, woe is the world and me for being in it. I don't believe in that victim ass shit. If I'm gonna rant about something, I'm gonna rant about it because it's something that needs to be discussed at length. The patriarchy is a word women use to play the victim, by the way. We do not live in a patriarchy. We live in a gynocentric social order. You want to know how I know it's a gynocentric social order? Because when anything bad happens, the first thing we do is protect the women and children. If we really lived in a patriarchy, we wouldn't treat men like disposable. We are the disposable sex in this gynocentric social order. We are the fucking bodies that are thrown to protect the women and children. So where's the patriarchy in that? Ain't no fucking patriarchy. Stop it. It's just an excuse women use. Buddy, You got booty in the live right now, bro. Just chill. Let's see. Although I'm gonna be a bit annoyed if the interview is there when I pay $300 for it. It's not there, all access to it, no. More easily accessible. Nah. You gotta let 9/11 happen before you teach them how to be a pilot. Type shit. Exactly. You gotta let them down a little bit. But the series, I didn't read that one, and I was still confused about that. My girl's always, I didn't read that one. If you're gonna be risking your well-being for her, she better worship you. Thank you. That's exactly how I feel too. That's what I've been trying to get you guys to understand. That's why I speak as recklessly as I do. Don't. Someone was telling me, who was it? Was it a live that happened in, or was it one of the private calls or something? I can't remember where it was. Where I was like, someone was telling me like, oh, his girl was like something tells him no. I'm like, you got a girl that tells you no? You got a girl that tells you no? How'd that work? You take responsibility over that woman? She's under your protection? And she tells you no? I'm not saying you have to not take no for an answer. You can take no for an answer. But if you're going to take no for an answer, then so does she. Get rid of her. You don't have no bitch in your life that tells you no. No. But what about their autonomy? Fuck that. If they wanted autonomy, they wouldn't allow me to take responsibility for everything. Fuck out of here. Because there's three kinds of men in the world. There's men that complain about the responsibility they have to take over women. There's men who are willing to take on that responsibility, but they're idiots. So they take on the responsibility, but they also hand the power over to women. Then there's men like me. Men who have sense. Who will take the responsibility, but is also smart enough to go, hey, if I'm going to do this, bitch, you better fucking do everything I tell you to. The fuck? No. I hear having girls. No? What the hell? What kind of life y'all living? It's weird. What if a girl is in denial of your need to save her? They all are. That's the beauty of it, especially in the beginning. They all start out in that same denial. And you're going to have those hard conversations and those awkward moments with them where they very quickly realize, oh, nah, you need saving, bitch. Oh, you don't need me? You know how many times I've told every girl I'm dating right now, oh, what's that? You say you don't need me? Cool, I'm out. And then I fucking walk out. Then they do their little song and dance, crying on the phone, please come back, blah, blah. You got to be like 10 toes down on that shit. Like every time they even pump fake that they're trying to treat you like replaceable, fucking replace her first. Don't ever let a bitch try to act like, oh, like anytime a woman tries to say anything that even slightly insinuates the fact that she can fucking replace you in any capacity, make sure you challenge that and go, you want to replace me? Cool. Go replace me. Go do it. Immediately. Do not hesitate to throw the grenade on the ground. What? Man. All I hear right now is the breakdown of the manipulated man. Exactly. Mwah. Exactly. That's what that book really explains correctly. Right? That's what that book really explains correctly. The problem is, a lot of men are stuck in one of the first two types of men. The men that complain about the responsibility they have to take if they want to have relationships with women. Or the men that take the responsibility and for whatever reason are too fucking stupid to realize they're not supposed to hand the woman the power in the process. I effed up my reputation being too much of a protector at my college, so I'm going to change to another one. Ha! No, don't change. Stay there and change your reputation. What you running for? Why are you running? Don't run. Stay there. The real skill is in changing your reputation. That's the real skill. Is in changing the perception people have of you in your school right now. Don't change. Stay there. How do you respond to... I already read that one. I still don't know what that means. For your girls, what are the things you did? What's the before and after? Very confused. About what? I don't get it. What were we talking about there? Hold on. What were we talking about there? I can't remember. The structure you give. Oh, I remember now. Okay, the structure. Oh yeah. Listen, sometimes it's just literally just as small as giving them advice on what to do. Right? Women are looking to be told what to do. Like, this is what people don't seem to understand. And again, this is why feminism is such a drag. Because feminism convinces women that they want to be in charge and they want to be leaders. Bro, even most men don't want to be leaders. Because that shit comes with responsibility. So your job is to go into a woman's life and just be like, listen, yeah, you clearly need me. Let me begin to tell you what to do. Her job, like every other woman on this planet, is to resist that. And be like, oh no, I don't want this. I don't want someone here to tell me what to do. That is essentially your test, right? That is your coming of age as a leader test, if you want to call it that. It's her way of knowing if you're actually worth following, right? And your job is to go, shut up, stupid bitch. Follow me, right? Now, it's not going to happen as easy as me saying it like that, but that's essentially what's going to happen. And then if you persist enough and hold frame, then she'll eventually be like, okay, fine. Then she'll follow your lead, and then she'll realize, wait a minute, it feels really good to follow, buddy, I'm trying to have it right now. It feels really good to follow his lead. It feels really good. Really fucking good. I don't have to worry about nothing. I don't have to think about anything. He makes all the decisions. I just sit back, relax, and look pretty. It's nice. And then they just start getting into the flow of that. But that initial time, there will be resistance. Like, they've been taught by feminism and whatever goofy TV shows they've been watching since they were kids. Sex and the City. Which by the way, Sex and the City is such an interesting show because it's just a show about 4 women that are just doing whatever they want in a city, being whores and everything. And none of those women are happy, even in the show. Even in the show, they can't even write the fact that the women are happy. Buddy, what are you chewing? Are you chewing my charger right now? What is that? Oh. Okay, you can chew that. I don't care. He's chewing a hair tie. I don't need hair ties anymore. Dreads go. But yeah, it's so funny how that happens. They will resist you at first. They will try to be like, no, I don't want to listen to you. You can't just come in here and tell me what to do. Who do you think you are? And your job is just go, hey, listen. You're either going to shut the fuck up and do what I say, or I'm leaving. Because I don't need this back and forth. You need me more than I need you. Hurry up and do what I say, or watch me bounce. And then if they keep being persistent, then bounce. And you just wait for them. They usually come back in like 5 to 7 days. They'll be back, be like, oh, I'm sorry. I just don't like it when you talk to me like that. And by the way, this is another good point. You'll know you're making progress when they stop complaining about the advice and the instruction you're giving them and start complaining about your delivery. That's when you know you're winning. That's when you know, okay, she's softening up. This is good. It's when they stop focusing on the actual content and start focusing on the context. Oh, but I just don't like the way you talk sometimes. You're mean. You're just blunt. You're an asshole. And then from there you can just be like, listen, I get it. I'm rough around the edges. I speak roughly sometimes. It is what it is. But you do realize the whole reason I haven't speak that passionately towards you is because I actually care about your progress, right? It's because I actually care about you. I wouldn't bother telling you any of this stuff if I didn't care about you. If you were just like any other girl, especially the ones in my past, I would just watch you burn. I wouldn't care. I wouldn't be having this back and forth right now. So be a good girl. Do that. And then you just watch them skip over and do it. That's how it works. For your girls, like, what's an example of you doing what you're talking about right now? Okay, so an example. Okay, I always like to approach it from a problem-solving perspective. I'm always, the best way to add value to anyone is solve a problem they have. Simple enough? Okay. Every girl has something in their life that they don't have together. Every single one of them. Not one of these bitches got their shit together. I promise you. Not a single one. Unless they already have a man in their life. Except for that, none of them have their shit together. And I'm being conservative when I say at least one thing. It's really multiple things. They all have multiple things in their life that cause them a lot of anxiety. actually pay attention to that in particular. A woman's biggest problem is the points of anxiety that she has in her life. So figure out what those points of anxiety are. Find one that's like a simple one, like an easy one to solve, and then solve for that one. It could be something as simple as her social anxiety. It can be something as simple as her relationship with her boss or with a particular friend. It can be something as simple as a particular thing she has to undergo, an event, blah, blah. When I say solve her problem doesn't necessarily mean go and talk to the boss to be nicer to her. No. It just means give her tools that allow her to function better with the anxiety. That's what solving the problem means, is helping to alleviate her of that anxiety she feels around that thing. Even if it's something as small as giving her like a slightly different mindset around it so that she can function a little better, if that makes a lot of sense, right? So just helping her like get rid of that anxiety in that area, boom, you're solving a problem for her. That's it. That's pretty much it. Yeah, feel me? The structure you give, you already will have. The goal is to focus on you. She's secondary. Yes. Man, I really gotta go now. I gotta bounce soon. Let me scroll through real quick. Not gonna lie. Surprised people care so much about sexual performance. They get what they get. That's my boy K, man. Kofi's like, nah, you get what you get. I don't care what kind of performance you think you deserve. You get whatever the fuck dick I gotta give you today. That's exactly. You see, that sounds like someone that gets bitches, which I can actually attest to. He actually does. So of course he would sound just like that. Not gonna lie, bro. One day a pack of wolves. I remember that one. Collaboration. Okay. Handle look at. Oh, I do that naturally for my girl. Been given value. There you go. Excellent. Saturday. Should men be like cats and women like dogs because cats don't care and dogs are loyal? I mean, that's an oversimplified way to put it. But yes, to put it in a better way, buddy, what are you doing down there? Hey, you're moving my stand, bro. There we go. Now you're almost stuck there. You see that? Now you're almost stuck there. Gotta be careful. To put it in a better way, women should definitely be far more emotionally invested and psychologically invested than the man. Not because I want you to like protect yourself from these women. No. It's not because I want you to be a little bitch. It's because women literally punish you for caring more about the relationship than they do. Women punish relationship focused men. That's just how it works. Women are God's test to men, right? And the biggest test is, can you have a woman in your life or women in your life without making them the priority of your life? It's a big test. A lot of men don't know how to do that. That's why, I'm vehemently against any advice that tells you, if you want to focus on a massive goal in your life, you have to cut off women. Bitch, if you have to cut off women to achieve anything in your life, you're a bitch. You're a punk. Because that means women have that much control over you that you can't function without completely cutting them off. That's pathetic. That's fucking pathetic. Meanwhile, I'm over here. I can tell you about major days where I had massive wins and then right after celebrated by having a fucking orgy. So I don't know what the fuck y'all are on. I don't know what the fuck y'all are up to. Cut off women. Fuck out of here. Anything that you have to cut off has control over you. Straight up. The idea is to have actual control over it. To be fair, too much of anything is bad. True. It is. Too much of anything is bad. That's very true. Buddy, what's up? Too much of anything is bad. That's the point. But if you have to fucking cold turkey it, come on. The idea is to have a correct balance with it, right? Now, granted, in some cases, depending on the context, cold turkeying might be the way to go. If you've been such a slave to it for a long time, sure. But understand, even in that cold turkeying, you're still a bitch. Until you get to the point where you can have an actual healthy relationship with it without it controlling you. Does that make sense? Let's see. Nah, enough animal talk. That's funny. Knowledge thinking I could remember it, rookie mistake. But I will do isolation for 1 week and then get free time. Okay, that's good. Me and Jace will one day have a discussion about this one day. Good. For real, I appreciate you for being true, even in your content, because you could be spewing red pill topics. I really could. Someone was telling. I literally had that advice from someone. He's actually like a student of mine as well, and he's actually quite popular on TikTok. And he was giving me advice like, dude, you would have, because he has like a lot of followers. I don't want to say who it is, but I was helping him with his girl. They're good now, but he was like, dude, you would have 1 million followers by the end of the month if you just talked about this. And I'm like, okay, cool. Send me the topics, and it's all these red pill talking points. And I'm like, I'm not doing all that shit, bro. Buddy, you're moving my stand. I'm not. I can't bring myself to lie like that. Nah, there's not enough money in the world for that. Let's see. Doing research online, Labradors are weak. Nah, they're not weak. They're energetic. They're not aggressive, but they're energetic for sure. Talk about the world. Hold on. What are your thoughts on spiritual warfare in the end times? As a Christian, I feel like every Christian, every church is going to talk about how the world is going to end and stuff. I mean, yeah, the world is going to end. There are signs to show that the world is ending, but it's not going to be for a while, honestly. So I don't worry about the end of the world per se, not right now. Besides, to live is for, how did Paul say it? I forgot how Paul put it. But basically, the goal as a Christian is to die. That is the goal. The goal as a Christian is to be one with Christ, to join Him in the other plane. So, whether it's He coming here first or we going to meet Him, whatever the case is, I'm down. Doesn't really matter. You just dissed the whole self-improvement niche. LOL. Focus on your girls. Exactly. I did, and they deserve to be niched. To be niched, to be dissed, because like it's stupid. Like, really, you gotta cut things. Like, come on. I get it. Like, if you're that down bad and you lack so little direction in your life, like you need some kind of structure. Sure, do the cold turkey cutting off thing, but really, the point you want to get to is the balance. Is being able to achieve amazing things and still have, points of pleasure in your life, things that you like to do. You know what I mean? That's the real winning. That's the real winning. To a broad end, but you stay true to your principles. I gotta stay true to my principles, man. I got to. There's this thing where guys overpromise and underdeliver in my country. Go all out first few days. Yes. And I really try not to be that person. Like, because that shit bothers me. And not just business too, even with relationships. I learned that in relationships first. To be the guy that overpromises and underdelivers, there's like a special kind of curse that follows you when you do that. Really. I really believe that. Like, you do that to women especially. It's a special curse that follows you. You never want to be that guy. That's why I speak so much about honesty. Like, if you want to date other girls, let her know from the jump, bro. Let her know. Don't be the asshole that fucking springs it on her later. Literally let her know from the jump. Within the first 3 months. Like, hey, just so you know, that idea you have in your mind of us just being monogamously exclusive together forever, that's not going to happen. I'm just not that guy. That's not me. You know what I mean? Very important. But, yeah, I got to go now. I have to go. Couldn't get to all the fucking questions. I'm sorry about that. I truly am. But I will be here later. I'll try to be here Friday. I'll try to, maybe tomorrow, but Friday for sure. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Remember now, guys, go and join my private community. I created a lot, and I built a lot in there, and I put a lot in there. Please, 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 please. Please. Join so that we can start getting your progress going. Like, aren't you tired of not having bitches in your life? Come on, aren't you tired of just? It's about to be a Friday night. I know a lot of you are gonna be jerking off and your little OnlyFans trying to kill your brain and tell your brain that you have a girl in your life, even though in reality it's a girl on the screen. Come on, become a better man so that you can be deserving of the experiences that these women have to offer. let me help you. Join the product community. I'll see you guys. I love you guys. It's been Jace, your favorite scientist. And with all this information, what you must.